everybody. Welcome to Real Horror. This is a show where we discuss the horror movie of the week. And tonight we're discussing Army of Darkness. So this is going to be a fun stream. So let's say hi to the panel first. Draven, how's it going tonight?
It's going good. I just woke up to start my evening as a vampire, and I'm looking forward to talking about this. It was a long time since I've seen this, but it's definitely a fun movie.
Yeah, I'm happy you could be here with us tonight. Adam, how you doing tonight?
I am so excited to be here. Can't you tell? I mean, we've got the boomstick, we got the chainsaw. Oh yeah, I'm excited. I love this franchise. I don't care what anybody says to me. This is the best ever when it comes to horror comedy. I just love this franchise.
Yep. Same. And I love this. I love the background you got going on. And Vinny, I love your background too. How's it going tonight?
I'm gonna have to switch it at some point before one of us gets a seizure. But I'm definitely looking forward to this. Like Adam said, one of my favorite franchises for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because right after this we get into the really, really good stuff, which is the TV series.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. But yeah, this movie was a lot of fun too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. And just want to say hello to everybody in the chat. I see that superfan Adam Shawhan was first in the chat. Where is it? Why is this not working? Here we go. And we got Solo Warden. Yes, please hit the like button. Thank you. DeBeast, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Looks like that's it for now. And anybody who is going to catch us on the replay, thank you as well. I really appreciate it. So, let's just get right into it. So, I'm not sure how to start. So, I know. It's funny.
Well, where's the first place you saw it? You're the host, but I mean, like, did you see this in theaters? Was it VHS?
I definitely saw this. I think it was playing on TV, like regular TV, before before streaming and all of that stuff. It was just regular TV. So yeah, and that was well, yeah, back in the 90s sometime. I can't even remember.
I thought theaters it was in 92. I could be off, but I thought it was 92. I haven't Googled or nothing. We've got the Oracle up here that has the googly fingers and it knows everything. So
yeah,
it is 92.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was whatever it was released on TV after that. That's when I saw that, and that was actually my introduction to Bruce Campbell. I didn't even know about him before that. So I was totally new, and then I discovered the Evil Dead 1 and 2 and stuff. So yeah. So that's why this movie, people have opinions on this as part of the Evil Dead franchise, like the movies, the first 3 movies. But it will hold a special place in my heart because it was my introduction to it. But how about you guys? Draven, let's start with you. Where did you first see it?
Yeah, this was my introduction to Evil Dead as well.
Oh, cool.
And like you said, it was I believe it was on cable or some shit.
Yeah.
And I like as younger, you don't really remember names of certain things, so I just just like it's the movie where he fights a bunch of skeleton guys or whatever, but which I thought was awesome as a kid. So
yes, yeah.
And then I want to say like 10th grade is probably when I seen 1 and 2. And I hadn't really seen them again since then. And then I watched the series like I want to say like this year, last year, like the end of last year or something.
Oh wow.
Vinny had suggested it.
Well, that's awesome. So like you're revisiting it like with new eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
That is great.
So Adam, where did you first see it?
So I was the theater. I saw it at the theater. I saw the first one first, and then the second one, and the third. I saw them in order, and I just this one to me is where we really turn that peak from just horror to comedy to literally a comedy horror movie.
Yeah.
And then the show, and then I love how they throw like the chapters in, so how this ends had the different endings, which then made sense for the show, how the show ended, so it's kind of like, as a fan and a super fan especially of this, yeah, I love it. I even saw a thing on the YouTubes today that said you can literally take and intercut all three movies together, and all you really miss is a little bit of the talking at the beginning of the third movie. And I was like, that's just great, because the series is I think one of the greatest series of all time.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree.
How about you, Vinny? When did you first see it?
Well, I saw the second one first.
Okay.
My cousin had brought it over, and then when it was done, he goes, "Yeah, they are making a sequel." But then we forgot completely about it. We all moved. And then when I did catch it, I saw pieces of it on TV, and I went, "Oh shit, this was that movie!" And then it went like the Blockbuster, and basically went and rented it.
Yeah.
So and then obviously I ended up getting like the full collection and everything too. And like Adam and Draven said too, the TV series, some of the best stuff that's out there. I love how they continue the story, and I think arguably the series is better than Army of Darkness. But the way that it all goes, it's you're continuing the character's journey in the story. So for me, it was awesome. It's a great time. This franchise is fantastic, and it's all on the back of Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, absolutely. Sam, the Raimis and Campbell, man, just an unbeatable team.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to say hello to Soul Assassin. Thank you for popping in, and I'm happy that you're here. And he says that he saw this when he was a kid. He has an older sister who was a tomboy, and she liked cool shit. Well, then I like your sister. We would have gotten
Nice.
along well.
That is
yeah. So yeah, Army of Darkness is definitely a different entry into the Evil Dead franchise, and we know for sure that it's because there was some the copyright issues, like because it switched studios, so they did something different with it. They wanted to kind of go in a different direction, and so that's why it definitely has a different kind of feel. It's why you get a lot more slapstick comedy in it, a lot more than Evil Dead 2.
Well, I think like the guys were saying, it did feel like it was more geared towards kids.
Yeah.
I mean, and not to say that it totally was, but it's a fantastic entry point, I think, for kids if they want to get into that, like that horror type stuff.
Right.
There's just enough in there where it won't scare the crap out of them, but there's still some really fun moments. And you could see like the influence clearly of the Three Stooges all over this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are massive fans of it. Sam Raimi, Campbell, all of them. So
yeah,
All
yeah.
of us too, though. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
You know it. You have to be a Stooge fan
Oh,
if you love the franchises the way we do, because that's what it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
When we got that,
Yep.
like I said, like we've said before, it is really a horror comedy because there's comedy in the first two movies. And again, I love the way I got to experience, because you see the first one in theaters, and we didn't have all, and you guys know that we didn't have any of this digital shit. You couldn't always just run and get it on VHS right away either. So you go and you see it, and it's great. And then, they redid it with the second one, which then was like, oh crap, what was added compared to the first movie is a lot, and it helped to make the story more fun. To this movie, it makes it epic, and then the launch from that into the series. I mean, oh my goodness, talk about good writing, good shots, good filming, and excellent fun. Yeah, this is entertainment at its best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I have a bit of a hot take where I don't even know if I would consider this horror. I feel like it's kind of fantasy and comedy mostly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
think I would agree with that.
Yeah,
Yep.
because this is definitely a movie where if you like Halloween, but you don't, not the movie. I mean, just like the holiday Halloween.
Mhm.
Like if you like if you have fun on Halloween, and that's as far as you like to take it, this is a perfect movie because there's no blood, there's no gore. Well, he does shoot the evil Ash's head, but you don't really see it. It's more implied.
Mhm.
Right.
It has less psychological horror in it too compared to the first two.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, the first one is probably. You're right. That would be the closest to horror, and then you get to 2 that starts peppering in the comedy, but it's still clearly horror. And I would say, that this one, you're right. It feels more fantasy comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even say jump scares. There wasn't really much in. Maybe the first one in the pit witch there and inside the hole, because not the first one that he kills, the second one that just comes out of the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but yeah, and again, and you're dealing with a couple of demonic storylines.
Yes.
That's a Saturday night for Draven, being a vampire and all.
Exactly.
Okay, so I see a couple of comments, but they're not shown. I can't highlight them. So I'm not really sure how to fix it, but I see that Toy Mafia has popped in. Thank you for stopping in, Toy Mafia. And Solo Wooden says, I also pick up on a small bit of Monty Python. I see that as well.
Mhm.
I'm not sure why my comments they're not progressing past
his comments aren't showing up for me either. So
this is strange. They're not progressing past 7:12 p.m. They're just staying the same. That's weird.
Oh,
but I've got the YouTube window open so I can see the comments in real time, and I see Lurch Troll Slight Return just popped in. Thank you for being here.
What's up?
Yeah, so this is definitely like our friend Tina Bojan. She doesn't like she can't really do horror. This would definitely be a movie she could do.
Oh, for sure.
And I think she'd enjoy it actually with the comedy and all that stuff. So this is definitely, I would say, like a family movie that geared for all audiences, I guess I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. And I think once she does see this one, she'll probably go back and watch the second one.
Yeah, maybe.
I think so.
At least the series.
The series is so good.
Series is really good.
You like this, you'll be able to handle the series because it does have more of the a little bit of the gore, but it's more of the gore, because it's Deadites.
With Tina, I don't think so. I wouldn't recommend the series to her because she does not like it at all. She does not. Yeah, she doesn't like bloody things and whatnot.
This series does hit a couple of.
Mm-hmm.
There's some very gory stuff that does happen in the series.
Yeah, it's totally like it's our lane, but definitely not hers.
Well, it depends too. I mean, if she is a fan of Bruce, then I think there's a bigger chance. If she's not, then she would probably.
Bruce makes it okay because they're covering him in all that goo, and it's fake, so it's not real. But if you really just cannot stand that, then especially with the car. what
Yeah.
the Delta 88
Oh, that
does
was
later
awesome.
on.
Yeah.
But that's the fun.
Mhm.
That's the fun thing about all of it, and why it works is because if there is a part that it is too gory, too scary, they lighten everything with his joking, with his comedy in there.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, they find a great balance, I think.
Yeah, I agree, Vinny. And Soul Assassin basically says the same thing. He says fine line between okay gore and torture porn like Hostel. And actually, you know, I won't watch the Hostel movies because of that. I'm
Yeah.
not. Yeah, like I'm not a gore hound. No, definitely not.
Yeah, I could do without that as well. Like, if it's just for the sake of it, no.
Yeah,
If it's a good
Mhm.
story and everything, and then it has some of those kind of gory stuff, I'm
Yeah.
okay, more okay with it. But if it's just like, yeah, no, I can't.
right. Yeah, same here. Yeah, so all right. So now at the end of, like, we talked about this at the end of the last stream. We talked about how Evil Dead 2 ends with Ash being pulled into that vortex, and he ends up at the castle Kandar.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie starts off a little bit differently because at the end of Evil Dead 2, they laud him as a hero. But at the beginning of Army of Darkness, it changes a little bit and he's a slave. And they're treating him with contempt.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting that they went that way. And then because they're marching him with some other slaves, like Henry the Red's guys are in with it because they think he's part of that crew.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's right before he gets to the pit.
Which I think it kind of makes sense anyway, because they wanted to have that element of the other army for later.
Yes.
So, but yeah, by making him kind of like a slave like that, and he looks so different, and yeah, it's better that they kind of pivoted into that direction for what they were going to do with the story.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he's just a badass like that, where they bring him to the castle right away, like you'd need those Ash moments, where he always gets into a messed up situation, and then he's able to get himself out of it in a more messed up way. It's like the series says, shoot first, think later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bumble your way through it, because you're fumbling and bumbling. You're not just going from A to B. You're going from A to Z.
Yeah, absolutely. I see that Adega has popped in. Nice to see you, Adega.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing well tonight.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah, it's that's what is so great about Ash as a character, is because he's not just, your regular superhero where he's like all ready to go and like here I come to save the day. Like he's very he's hapless. Yeah, he just I think Adam, you nailed it. Like he fumbles his way through it. Like it's just so funny because he's so relatable.
Oh, that's how I see myself doing it. It would be a complete fuck up. I mean, like you would not want it. You would try to plan something, but the best plans just kind of come together. So it's like,
Yeah.
let's stay alive.
Absolutely. And I think that I definitely think that that's the way that, that's the route they were going with Ash Williams, as a character, because if you noticed, he's kind of reluctant, not kind of, he is definitely reluctant and a little bit selfish in the beginning of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really gotten to that point yet, but yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. But yeah, he's just he's definitely, like Bruce Campbell has said himself, an everyman. He's just a normal guy who steps up when he needs to. He's just a good guy.
Yeah.
Well, imagine your day. Imagine living through that hell at the cabin, and then you're transported to this shit.
Right.
I'd be a little shitty. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'd be like, "What the fuck?" bleepity, fruits. So yeah, you know.
Yeah.
He went through hell.
Oh yeah, literally.
Absolutely. Yep. He saw evil in the face. You know, the one thing I was kind of curious is why they took out his like the that streak in his hair from the fear of seeing like ultimate evil.
Yeah, like that. I noticed that too. Like they took out that yeah, for no reason really.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
That
they just
that
changed it.
that could have been Dino De Laurentiis. I don't like him with his hair like that. Make it all black.
Yeah, probably.
He looks too old. I give you money, we blow up your house. Sorry, that's a direct quote from Dino De Laurentiis when they were working on Red Dragon, and there had to be an explosion of a house, and he wanted to buy the land from the people and buy the home and everything, and they said, "No, we're not selling our home. I give you money, we blow up your house."
Oh my god.
And they're like, "We can do it with miniatures." No, give them money, we blow up the house.
That's fantastic. Is that like can we find that quote? Like is there like a video of him saying that?
I don't remember if it was one of the extras on the DVD Blu-ray thing,
Okay.
or if it was like a story from one of the actors. I forgot. But
Okay.
it was a direct quote from Dino De Laurentiis.
Yeah.
He was a psycho.
That's funny. I would love to see that. Adega says, "I'm sorry, Adega, I can't highlight comments. I don't know what the heck is going on StreamYards. I can't progress past the messages. Just stop at 7:12. I don't know what's going on, but
you probably have to exit and come back in like I had to get my sound to work. It's so weird, but
mine is stuck on that too. It's 7:12 there.
same.
If you go to it on YouTube, you could see it.
Yeah, I can see it because I have a YouTube window open. So yeah, it's weird. It's StreamYards is messed up, I think.
Yeah, they're trying to break all social media on purpose.
they're mad because we're talking about the best movie of all time ever in our opinions. When you know, mine especially, I'll speak for my, you know, when it comes to horror comedy, it just I love the way it progressed, brother.
Adam, it's because they don't want us to talk about heroes, and Ash is a hero.
Yep.
Yeah,
you're
true.
every man hero with that.
Right? He's got a boomstick, a chainsaw hand.
He fell in the pit.
I just
a robot hand too.
Yeah. But Adega says that he's looking forward to my Blood Witch review. A shameless hint. Yes, no shame. Yes, I'll definitely get into that, Adega, and yeah, definitely support Adega. He's awesome. And yeah, Soul Assassin says StreamYards has been acting up lately, so okay, that makes sense. But so we see them marching him, you know, to the pit. Like that's their like punishment. What they do with enemies, Arthur's enemies, they put him in the witch pit, and that's a good scene.
Yeah, it is.
Because like he's like trying to get Henry the Red to say that he doesn't know him, but Henry's like, I don't think they're gonna care, and then Sheila ends up throwing a rock at his head, and he stumbles in and he falls in, and yeah, that's a good battle, and it's funny because the way she was doing like the gymnastics.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
That was great. But the directing was really cool in there too.
Yeah.
Like how he was moving the camera and stuff, and when they actually it was like Merlin character or whatever. I forgot the guy's name. Was it Merlin?
One of the wise men.
Yeah, he throws him the chainsaw.
Yeah.
You know, and then he had like that famous like pose. That's the one that McFarlane made the toy off of. And then later, yeah, they had done like a 2-pack with the one that came out of the wall and him. They didn't do the other one, but yeah, they did the more grotesque one.
The Pit Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which hell yeah. And I love that in this series he does the same thing when he gets the chainsaw back on his hand. He does the same pose.
Yep.
I always love how his nub he can control the throttle. Again, that's what makes it so much fun, though. You know.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta suspend that that disbelief for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I pretty much do that with horror anyway.
Mhm.
But this is funny. I can click on this.
Huh.
Hey, Fun University. Thanks for being here.
So our comments through StreamYard's work, and you can see them, but the actual YouTubers ones don't. That's funny.
Well, there's a bunch that's not showing up, so it's definitely messed up.
Darn StreamYards.
Yeah. Solo Wooden says the Wiseman calls him a mysterious stranger. Yes, that's right.
Because he's the chosen one.
Yup.
In prophecy.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, they have the prophecy of him.
Yeah. Which they didn't show it in this one, right? Him on the pages. They only showed it at the end of the second movie.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't get into that. Well, they actually couldn't use the book that they used in Evil Dead 2 because of the rights and stuff. So they actually they did like their own thing with the beginning, and they wrote in the book again, but they couldn't show the page. They couldn't show
the same images.
Right.
Gotcha.
Like they couldn't sample from like Evil Dead 2.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying how they did that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, greedy people and ownership over the title or the copyright or whatever it was. That's the thing, and that's what sucks. That's where we lose out, because if they would have just done it the way it should have been done, it'd have been better. But
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you noticed, you saw who Linda was in the beginning, right?
Yeah,
Bridget Fonda.
Is that who that was?
Yeah, she was the third Linda.
Well, I knew it was a different actress, but I didn't look into into names. Wow, I can't believe that was her.
Yeah.
Oh man, Hanoi Jane was in it.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Soul Assassin asks, was the Wiseman Merlin since the leader was Arthur? You know what? I'm gonna have to check.
That's what I thought.
Just such good movies.
Yeah, they were.
It's I don't care how you got into it. By the time you get into it, like for me, I wanted to see it all. Even if I would have started off here. I mean, that was the only reason I ever got the series was, because of the fact that it was only on Stars. It came out like once a year, and that was the time frame I'd get Stars and watch everything on Stars. And then by the time that this was over, because I do it for like 2 months, because I think that there was 10 episodes or whatever, so you'd get like a week or two free if you timed it out right. So you only had to pay for 2 months. And Stars back then, I think, was like $5.99.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't shit. So like I didn't mind, because it literally was to support Bruce. And my thought was like they'd release a badass box set maybe with the 3 movies and then the series. And then of course, Vinny, like you said, they were coming out with the newer versions that they might cross over in Evil Dead 2 with the girl, and then Army of Darkness 2 would come out with Bruce, and then eventually we'd have them come together like after that and stuff.
Yeah.
So there were plans, as you brought up. People, if you don't believe us, you can do research. I listened to what Vinny said, but being a fan, I remember articles. I can't remember where, but
Well,
I do remember reading it.
and Bruce said
Yeah.
at multiple conventions, because he did a ton of Q&As. I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of them on YouTube and stuff. And yeah, he confirmed all that. They were supposed to do even more. And then like he took his jabs at the crowd. It's like, yeah, but you sons of bitches, you just pirated the hell out of my entire series as well. So like he I like how he plays with them though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. They love the fans. Hey,
Oh,
Time Prophet,
for
thanks
sure.
for being here. I can't highlight comments, so but I do see that you popped in, so thanks for being here.
Yeah, Fun University is the only one that was able to squeak in.
Yeah,
That's me, Vinny.
oh, that's you.
Yeah. Because when I logged in, somehow how we can type in the chat. So like that's why I said, oh, so ours pops up. Yeah. Fun University was my backup channel.
Ah,
Gotcha.
okay.
Oh,
okay.
if you hit join the chat on here.
Huh,
So,
that's
yeah,
interesting.
so like us, we can comment in the private chat. We can comment on the YouTube side of it from here, but we can't see anything that they do.
Mm,
It's nuts, but that's definitely a
That is
StreamYard thing, not a us a thing. They don't
Yeah.
be picking on me because I'm old. So
It's
yeah.
okay, pop up.
Raven,
It's okay.
Yeah.
Pop's got boomsticks
that's right. Just they say spider.
and a laser eye.
That's right.
Oh man. Yeah, the wise man, to answer Solo Assassin, he actually, from what I read and what I can remember, he remains unnamed throughout the movie. They just call him the wise man.
Okay.
I think they just refer to him as like that one time in the beginning, and then he's not like called a name after that.
Right. Because it wasn't supposed to be about them. It's supposed to be about Ash.
It's funny. It's fun. It's like, why not just give him a name? I don't know. It's strange because, well, it's funny. They're older movies. There are older movies where you don't know a character's name until like you get to the end. If you
Really?
like
True.
yeah, if you don't know the cast ahead of time,
Mhm.
like you're like, oh, this woman and that guy, and yeah, it's funny how that happens, but
Mhm.
but yeah, so yeah, he ends up being able to climb out of the pit, and after that struggle, that was a great struggle, and like Arthur absolutely like cannot stand him.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's be honest, I think that this is probably everybody's favorite part.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. See this? This is my boomstick. You got that? Now I swear, the next one of you primates even touches me. Yeah! Now, let's talk about how I get back home.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need even more
Oh, yeah.
badass moments like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love that because where did his gun come from?
Wasn't that tossed to him as well?
No, just his chainsaw. But I took it as maybe the Wiseman grabbed that as well.
Right.
But we don't see it on screen. We just like
He just has it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Out
Yeah.
of nowhere, it magically appears once he's connected with the chainsaw.
yeah.
Again, that's that disbelief stuff that you don't think about, but when you actually would look at the story, you go, "Well, when the hell did he get his gun back?" You're not wrong.
Yep. I
It
take it
wasn't-
Outlaw says X-Mart.
Well, when he got out of the pit, because he was on the chains, trying to remember that scene.
When did he get? What do you mean?
Like he grabbed onto the chains with
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 his
his left
belt.
hand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He used the belt and it was
Yeah.
pulling him up. I'm trying to remember when he got up there.
It was.
Did it really just come out of nowhere? I could have
Yeah.
sworn he
Yeah.
got it from someone.
Yeah. No. It totally like they gave it to him off screen.
That is funny.
Yeah. Time Prophet says, has anybody noticed he only has 2 shots in that boomstick, so he wouldn't last long? Yes.
Yeah.
And at one
Yeah,
point,
but he reloads though. They show him reloading.
He does.
in the one
He
show.
does.
Yep.
he does. You don't always see him reload, but I just like take it on faith that he's reloading.
Right. Which I think it's something that's done on purpose as well, because
Yeah.
Sam also did the same thing. Well, when we get to the series, there's the cop, the black cop.
Mhm.
She goes and when she shoots her partner in that, she has like that little ankle pistol that only has maybe 1 shot, tops 2, and she shoots like 4 or 5 times out of that gun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hilarious. Like there's one point where he fires 3 shots and it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Without reloading. It was consecutive 3
Yeah.
shots. But
That's like
whatever.
movies back then, though. Like
Yeah.
they just had unlimited bullets, like didn't have to reload.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's put in the
Video
up,
game.
up, down, down, left, right,
Mhm.
ABA code,
That's right.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah,
I think there's
Time
anything
Prophet.
wrong with that.
Time
They
Prophet says
didn't have Terminator 2 yet with Arnold, with the flippity dippity with his Winchester. So, Ash couldn't do that.
Mhm.
yeah, that's true.
Because Ash would be badass doing that Schwarzenegger move. I'm just saying.
Yep.
That's
Oh, yeah.
believable.
Yeah,
For
time
Ash.
we get the Time Prophet here in the chat trying to make it like real life. He's like, he must have huge pockets though. Does he keep them down his trousers? And then he says also chainsaws don't hold that much petrol.
Yep.
Petrol. A few hours at most.
Yeah.
Like okay, we have to suspend belief a bit,
Uh-huh.
like I mean, people like, yeah, we just have to.
Listen, Star Wars wasn't real either. I know they say in a galaxy far, far away a long time ago and all that crap, but
Saber of light, lightsaber. Yeah.
He's the chosen one. He doesn't need petrol.
that's it. That's right.
Like I said, just like how the fuck does he idle it, right? Like the stump. So the stump idles it. So okay. So I guess then we're gonna break it down that as it enters in him, as your heartbeat goes, that fuels it. And then he can with his mind control how fast it's going, like you can raise up your heart rate and lower it. There you go. There we have an answer. Might not be right, but I gave you an answer.
I love it.
Oh, shit.
And Solo One says, and you never see him sharpening the chainsaw.
I know, right?
Well, sure.
Uh,
Plenty
I've
of
cut
necks,
wood
right?
with a chainsaw, not flesh and blood. And yeah, you never see him clean it, and you never see him sharpen it.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Oh, shit.
It's so stupid, it's funny. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like Spaceballs the movie. It's so stupid, it's funny.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's exactly it. It's like you just like kind of let it happen.
I think that's why Mel Brooks never did like a horror franchise like this. He didn't need to. This already existed, so Mel stuck with what he did best.
Although he did Dead and Loving It, and that
He
was pretty
did.
great.
Yeah, he did.
And Young Frankenstein.
Yeah. But I would say Dead and Loving It because there's blood and stuff in there.
Yeah.
There's even a scene that like Sam Raimi was probably, fapping to, when they go to stake the one girl inside the coffin, and Mel Brooks' character, he goes behind the wall and he's like, "Why are you going over there? Don't worry, just do it." And it's just like gallons of blood spraying in the air everywhere.
Yep. And you just expect to see Bruce getting slapped in the face with it, even though he's
Right.
not there.
That's a missed
Every guy.
opportunity. They should have put him into that movie.
The Time Prophet. Yes, Bruce Campbell is left-handed, IRL.
Yep. This is true. That's why they chopped off the right hand.
Yeah, so I love how, so at first that woman, she lost her brother, and she was like, really hating on Ash because she thought that he was one of Henry the Red's men, and then he ends up killing that pit witch, and she's all like enamored by him, and then they start serving him in that room, like. I love that. Like all of a sudden, he's a hero.
Yeah.
It's just I just love it. It's just, this movie is so funny.
First, you try to kill me.
Yeah. I had that clip on my
I know
phone for the
you
longest
do.
time.
It's the mini clip. I was like,
yeah. First you try to kill me. Now you want to kiss me.
yeah.
Blow.
Yep.
I love that.
Oh, he's awesome.
And then like is that when this happens?
What, when
Yeah,
he makes his appearance again?
He agrees to, oh yeah, that Deadite, that woman, they're talking about how, well, I should say the wise man comes in and is like, we need you to get the Necronomicon and this and that. And then all of a sudden that woman who was there becomes a Deadite, and he fights her. And then he doesn't want to go, he doesn't want to do this thing, he doesn't want to go get the book for them, but then he's like, all right, fine, I'll do it. And he says, you have to say the words Klaatu Barada Nikto before you pick up the book. And he's like, all right, and they're like, say it back, and he's like, yeah, I got it, don't worry about it. And then he ends up not like saying it right.
Yeah, because the whole premise of that too is like he has to get the book because that's the only way he can get back home.
Yeah.
That's what they told him. You do this, and we'll find a, like, he knows, like, the wizard, wise man, whatever it is, like, he knows how to help him. But yeah, you're right. It was that whole thing of, memorize this, and like, he did it twice, and he do it again. You have to recite it perfectly. I got it. Like that whole, I know what the hell I'm doing. I've done this shit before. But he hasn't done that. He wasn't speaking or reading passages from the book or anything like that at that point.
Yeah, like he's still being a bit of a bastard, and he's been kind of a selfish bastard still.
Yep.
Real quick, I want to say hello, Frankie Nose. Nice to see you. Boomsticks and chainsaws. Hell yeah.
That's right.
And. Oh yeah. Solo Wooden is saying, so he doesn't say every single tiny syllable. Yes, we're definitely going to get into that. That's hilarious. But before he ends up riding off, he needs a new hand, and so they go to like that workshop room where the blacksmiths are and everything like that, and.
Well, because they bring his car to the castle as well, and in the trunk he's got like all those books, like science books and stuff. And
that is that actually comes after, when he comes back with the book, because he messes up, and he's like, and they're like, you didn't say it right, and he's like, well, wait a minute, we had a deal, and you said you were gonna send me home, and they're like, fine, we're men of our words, so we'll send you back. And he's like, yeah, because a deal is a deal. And then he sees like the Deadites coming, and like someone comes and says that the army is coming and stuff, and so he decides to stay and help them. And that's when they go get his car with the chemistry book, and he helps.
Makes the propeller machine.
Yep. Yes, the Doomsday Machine. Yes, but I love how they do the hand.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That one. Groovy.
Yeah, that was so great.
Amazing.
I'm surprised NECA never did a version of him like that.
I know. So, like, what the heck are they waiting for? They need to make that.
Right? And how come they didn't make Sheila yet? And how about Evil Ash? You know, like
Mm-hmm.
they only did the one figure a long ass time ago. I think McFarlane did as well, and that was it.
I know. I don't know why they're sleeping on the Army of
Right.
Darkness toys.
That and the series. They never did any of the other characters. Pablo, Kelly, Ruby. They never did any of them.
Yeah, it's very strange. Lurch Troll, you want a wrench, huh? Tell me why you deserve a wrench. Say something in the chat. Okay, so Time Prophet is correcting us. He's saying the tattoos on the wall are not medieval.
It's okay. They made the movie in '92.
Yeah, I don't know.
They wouldn't have made a robot hand back then either.
It was kind of like steampunk in a way.
Sort of, yeah.
Soul Assassin is asking a question. When y'all see a suit of armor, y'all instantly look at the hand because of the film. I've never, like, I don't think I've ever paid attention. I'm gonna pay attention from now on. Yeah, film rights, definitely. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Frankie knows. I'll trade you 2 wrenches for a chainsaw. That would be awesome. And then you can like trade up like 2 chainsaws for 1 boomstick, and then
You said
yes,
boomstick or boobstick?
Boomstick.
I thought I heard boobsticks.
Right? That would be a little weird.
What the heck is a boobstick?
I don't know. It sounds
I don't
like
know,
boobs
but
on a stick.
yeah.
I hate when. Never mind. The Time Prophet says "Klaatu Barata Nikto" is a phrase that originated in the 1951 science fiction film "The Day the Earth Stood Still." That's right. I did know that.
That's awesome.
Um,
And if you get Chris Fiss's the sequel to Infinitel Chronicles, the piece I did may or may not have some of those words on it in one of his languages. That means yes, I put something from here and there. Chris is aware of it. He was like, "What?" He was translating. He's like, "Holy shit!"
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
That you're among friends. Don't worry.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so and then so after they make his hand, he's like, you know, tooling with it some more in that little, like, in that room that they gave him, and Sheila comes in with a cape or whatever that those are called. Are those called capes? Cowls? No, that would be with a hood.
What's
A
cloak?
Cloak, yes, thank you. Yeah, she makes him a nice cloak, and he's like, he's being a asshole still, and he's like, "Thanks, I needed a horse blanket." And then like and then she's like, gets fed up with his bullshit, so she slaps him, and then yeah, I like that scene.
Yeah. Then they get it on.
And I made this for thee.
Good, I could use it for his blanket.
Give me some sugar, baby.
That was a good scene.
That's-
I like that actress too. She was in Matilda. She's actually the nice teacher in Matilda.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love that scene. I just I could like like rewind it and like wear the tape out at that point.
Yeah, and I like that he went very Gone with the Wind like, and how he like they lit that scene and that whole kind of moment, like your classic Hollywood romance movie.
Yeah, very like kind of toxic masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Time Prophet says she couldn't give him sugar. It was refined in medieval times. It wasn't refined, he says. Oh my God. No, they must have had sugar then.
Sugar cane. That's
They had to.
right.
Yeah. At any rate. Well,
Give me some honey.
if she didn't know what sugar was, she knows what it is now.
Right.
But yeah, that's an awesome. I love that scene. I just, oh man, I do love this whole movie. Like, I know that it's not, horror like Evil Dead 1 and 2, but it's just such a good movie anyway.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it really is.
It has like your adventure kind of stuff in there. That kind of that comedy that they did. It's so silly, but it kind of works for what it is.
Yes.
It knows that it's not taking itself seriously, so you
Yeah.
can just have fun with it.
Right, exactly.
I mean, I always wondered what would it be like to have the Muppets and Evil Dead, which we get in the series, mind you, with little Ashy, Ashy Slashy. But no, I mean, like, that's kind of what this reminds you of. But like, it's so hilariously dumb sometimes. It's funny, but you have good story, you have good shots, you have beautiful lighting and darkness mixed the right way and shot the right way, and again, you're telling a good story with comedy.
Yeah.
And again, you're killing deadites and Bruce is going to get covered in goo. I mean, I'm sorry. It's hilarious.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I love when he makes it to the forest, when he's finally going on his journey. And then like the evil that goes through the forest is like chasing him. Like that whole thing was cool. And then like, he gets to the big windmill. And that whole moment is great.
Him mumbling the words too, like you're.
Well, no, I meant when he's he breaks the mirror because like evil's trying to bust down the door.
Yeah.
That whole kind of segment, and he knows the mirror is gonna do something bad, so he breaks it, and then you see his reflections, all the little pieces of them, and they kind of jump out, like the little mini ashes.
The
like
little
those,
mini ashes.
those
Yeah.
are great.
Yeah. Did you know a couple of them were played by different actors?
Yeah, they had to be.
Yeah, like it wasn't just like using him as a double. They actually did use other actors.
That's great.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. No, they did an awesome job with all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Again, it's silly, but it's and then they had the whole Gulliver's Travel thing that they did. And they tied it down.
Yes. That was so good. Like, oh man! And then when he steps on the nail, you just felt that.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Replace it with Legos, and it's even worse.
Oh man,
Legos.
That's right. Anybody who's had kids or has kids with Legos knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Soul Assassin. I wanted one of those NECA Evil Dead Muppets. I saw one at the store, never got it. Then it was gone.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
yeah. The Ashy Slashy
Yeah.
puppet.
Never
Yeah.
seen that in stores. I've never ever seen it in stores.
I got mine off Amazon before they were gone, and it's now an astronomical price.
Oh,
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And there were two versions: one that had like the sharp
Yeah.
teeth, and the ones that didn't have any.
Yep, I got the one without the sharp teeth.
Still cool. I mean, both of them were fantastic.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. He not only went back in time, he changed country. Well, do we even know for sure where the heck he is? Like, they never explained.
No, they never do.
They never.
Because he gets pulled into that portal. So yeah, we don't know exactly where he is.
Yeah, like we know it's in 1300 AD, but we don't know. Like we know it's Castle Kandar, but we don't know where that is. You know.
I mean, you would think that when it pulled him in, most people might think he'd be in the same place, but that's not how it works.
Yeah, it
It
could
just
be.
dropped him
Yeah,
off. Yeah.
that's right. It could be a different universe, right?
Yep. I mean, that's how I always took it.
Yep.
It could not even be his universe, that from like say Earth 1 that he came from, because
Yeah.
there's so many different ways you could go with it. And then
No,
again,
it's still Earth, because it's the
Yeah.
whole thing where he they give him the drops to sleep and all that.
right at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. When he wakes up, he's supposed to wake up in his own time.
But I meant just like before we saw the
Yeah.
movie, like when he goes into the portal, like I never knew, until you watch the movie, obviously. I always kind of questioned it though, like pre movie coming out, like, oh, what are they gonna do with it? Are we gonna have different universes? Is he gonna be somewhere else? Is it just, okay, they picked him up like in the book The Time Machine, Then when you're in the time machine, it puts you exactly where you were. And I never thought that's how it worked with Ash, because well, again, it's Ash.
Soul Assassin. No, I did not do a review, but I will show it. It's really big. It's a big puppet. I have it in a case. I'll take a video of it and show it before next week. No, maybe I'll wait until season 3 because that's when we see Ashy
Yeah.
Slashy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
But,
know Tommy's friend Slasher has a really big Ash figure
Yeah.
that he busts out from time to time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Oh, you
it
got-
talks.
The
Yeah.
18-inch one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. And his arm is like up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one that I did the instructions for to put the batteries in.
Mhm.
Like those are my hands on the instruction manual thing for it, roll a piece of paper. So yeah, that's what I said. I was a hand model once.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna be saying that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Solo Wooden. That's right. So Castle Kandar is mentioned in Evil Dead 2. Or is it
Yeah.
one?
Wait a
It's
minute.
2.
Yeah. It's 2, because that's where the isn't that where they got it from?
Yeah, and
What's his name?
and then the daughter, can't
Mhm.
remember her name, but
Was it Annie?
Annie, yeah, that's it. That's right. Was she wasn't there, but she was studying the book. So yeah, we don't know where Castle Kandar is.
Yeah, we don't know where it is, but yeah, you're right. It was mentioned in the second movie.
So it could be an
They-
alternate universe because
Well, they showed the ruins. The professor was there. Remember when it was him, his wife, the daughter, and the boyfriend or whatever?
oh, that's right.
So it exists. We just don't know where it is.
Okay, so it is in the regular universe somewhere. Was it? Oh man, I'm gonna have to figure this out because this is gonna bug me.
Yeah.
I gotta figure this out.
We got to go back and watch that scene, because I don't remember if he does say where they were, but he says the book we found the book in the ruins of and he names the castle. What's the name of the castle again? It's a brain fart.
The castle.
Yeah,
Kandar.
Kandar.
Okay, listen to this. So Time Prophet, he's from Britain, so he knows this stuff.
Mhm.
And look, I can highlight comments again, by the way. He says Castle Kandar, also known as Kandar Castle, or simply Arthur's Castle, was an ancient castle located in England during the 14th century.
Okay.
So
he's
that-
in England.
Okay, so that must be the inspiration for it, because yeah, that guy was, well, he wasn't named King Arthur, but he was Lord Arthur.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I bet you that that's what they were basing it on, but they didn't say like King Henry or King Arthur or anything like that, so that historians wouldn't pick it apart and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because again, that's how those douchebag critics and stuff are as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have the demon that Ash fights in the series too, Kandar the Destroyer.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
And then they have the dagger too, the Kandarian dagger.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if it's what was that place where they're all from or whatever in the series? Like if
Where
that's-
Who's from?
where who is from?
where they're dark ones and
The-
stuff.
The evil.
Yeah.
Well, they said it's hell.
The
It's-
underworld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think do
They
they
keep saying the book is the gateway to hell.
they actually say hell?
They say it in the series.
Okay.
That I know for sure. I can't remember if the movies say that.
I don't think they did in the movies, but I think they did in the series, Vinny. I think.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
series
remember.
I can guarantee. I started
Yeah.
watching the first season again, getting ready for next week.
Yeah.
Which and there was no dagger in this movie at all.
No, there isn't.
That's right. Yeah, where the heck did the dagger wasn't in the movie, so it had to get sucked in by that black hole.
Mm-hmm.
So it ended up somewhere. Oh, well, they end up finding it in the series.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah, Ruby has it. I don't remember if she says where she got it from.
I don't know. I can't remember, but we'll soon find out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Soul Assassin says the gateway to hell is in the trunk of Ash's car. Yeah, the
Right.
Delta 88. There's one selling on eBay. I think it's eBay for $31,000. It's in like new condition.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh, we've got a newcomer, Monotony.
Hey Tony.
Hey.
Nice to
Oh,
see
wow,
you.
they're working now.
Tone, how you doing?
What up,
Tone?
Tone?
Hey, Tony.
Give me a pie,
Yo.
Tony.
Hey yo, oh hey.
So I kind of knew we'd be jumping around on this movie,
Mhm.
and that's fine. That's actually fine. I like when we do that. So let's just do this. Do you guys have a favorite part?
I love the
Well,
three books.
Yeah, that's a good
Mm.
scene. I like the whole beginning section was so fantastic to me. Like the scene I got up there. That and I think when he takes out Evil Ash the first time,
Yeah,
because that it was really creepy and cool how they did that. Because when he was tied down and they did like the Gulliver's Travel thing, you had the one that jumps into his mouth.
yeah,
And then it's growing from inside of him. Like he used the
Mhm.
boiling water to try to cook him. And
yeah.
take that, you little shit. And then he started growing out of him. But the way they did it was awesome because he ran outside and then you see half of hanging off of his torso. It was like this nasty growth. And
Yeah.
then it went down to two ashes, and they were together. And then he's doing that kind of spider walk.
Yep.
That was really cool how they did that.
That reminded me of The Thing.
It did.
Yeah, that was so good. That I love that because yeah, it progressed. Like he starts just itching his shoulder, and then you see the eyeball poking out, and and then it just progresses, and like he grows another head, and that was just so well done. The effects
was.
that, like, when you really think about that scene, that whole like scene of events,
Yep.
the effects that they used to do that was seamless.
It was.
We're
I
talking
really liked it.
92, 91, 1990,
Yep.
91 technology.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no CG there.
Uh-uh.
That was all
No
practical
blue
how they
screen.
did that. It looked good.
Yeah, that was so impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that I loved that, but yeah, I like this part.
What are you? Are you me?
I'm bad, Ash. And you're good, Ash. You're goody little two shoes. You're goody little two shoes, goody little two shoes. Little goody two shoes, little goody two shoes, little goody two shoes, little goody two shoes, little goody two shoes. Ow! Little goody two shoes.
Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm not running a bath. If you hear all that water, that's another storm out there.
Oh, jeez.
Just Florida, right? Just the rain.
Jesus.
Didn't
I'm
realize you
building
were filming The Crow 5 in Florida.
Yeah, I'm going to be building an ark pretty soon.
Doesn't rain all or can't rain all the time.
It's Florida, yeah, it can.
Yeah, right.
All right, Time Prophet. This dude is like fact checking this movie. He says trees don't rock when you hit them. Yeah, definitely. He says CGI wasn't good enough back then, so more practical effects were used, and we were better off for it because
Mhm.
like CGI is good. Like, there are some things where you need CGI, like especially for supernatural type stuff in movies.
Mhm.
Although movies have been done without it, but you can use it for that. But practical effects, it just adds something to the movie that CGI takes away. I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
When you pause. So I noticed, I think it was the second movie of The Mummy, when the demons are carrying away the Egyptian dude that looks like Etep. No. Shout out to our guy. But no, like, if you think about it, when you watch the movie in the film, because I miss the old 35, back when we used to have film, millimeter films and stuff, because I did work for Kodak. And there was so much difference, from reel to reels to, and then you add the digital age. And for everything that it could add, it just doesn't, it's not natural. So getting the lighting just perfect, it is such a bitch. So like the work your friend did, Vinny, like I understand the shit she did on the base level of what I dealt with film. Obviously I can't speak on what she did, but I know just from my little bit of dealing with film what that was like, and I can only imagine the amount of stress to get that so it looks even better. So man, there's a lot of work, and I how I credited Etep for all the work he did on his videos and whatnot, and when he would do the cut scenes and stuff. And just the fact that that's what she always wanted to do and then got to do it is awesome. It sucks that it was the Turtle movie, but that's not her fault. Again, it's just kind of the way things went. And hopefully it doesn't backfire on her. I hope she does get more lighting gigs, because she didn't do anything wrong. But again, to do what they did here back then versus what we have now, they've just gotten lazy with it.
Oh yeah, they truly did. I can tell you, man, it is difficult to light a scene a proper way and stuff because even like from the work I'm doing, panel to panel, like things should match up. If you have lighting in a certain location, it should still be there in the next location. You know, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that it's more difficult, but it's there are other hurdles for sure. Because like if you do something three dimensionally, that lighting can stay there. You can move the whole room around, and it's going to stay where it is. When you're doing again, you're having a conversation between two characters, and if you're changing the angle of the room and everything, like the lighting, it has to match up with the previous shot so that it looks, you know, consistent, and that like someone's grabbing a flashlight or a lantern and going on another part of the freaking room, you know. Yeah, it's crazy to do the stuff that they did, but yeah, like you said, practical effects to make sure that it works the right way, and then the locations that they were filming in, and you know the sound stages and stuff. Yeah, it needs to be correct in order to work. And yeah, and people who don't know how to do CGI the proper way, yeah, you'll see it in a heartbeat because like the eye can detect what's real and what isn't. That's why they're trying to rely more on these AI, the artificial intelligence, in order to do all the hard work for them. You know, that's something else that's going on in the film industry and everywhere else.
Yep.
It's kind of nuts. But yeah, practicals. Yeah, it's an art form.
It's yeah. It really takes a lot of talent to be good with practical effects. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't take a lot of talent to be good with CGI.
Right. Of course it does.
It's just a lot more labor intensive with practical effects.
Absolutely. Like, what's his name? Rick Baker. Like, there's never going to be another Rick Baker. They're letting a lot of this stuff kind of die down in a way.
Yeah.
Monotony says the lighting of the Kraken.
He's taking a shot because it's Shadow of the Kraken.
He also said, look at this. Look at what he said. Practical effects do work great in some horror movies. Doctor Strange 2, for instance.
This freaking guy, Bruce made that movie great. I gotta tell you, Bruce Campbell's been in there as Papa Pia, dude. Yeah, I wanted that figure so bad if they actually made it. Yeah,
I know. I showed it on one of the streams. I don't know if it was a gag or something that they did for San Diego Comic-Con, but
I never seen it. But if I did, I like just take my freaking money. Like, yes, I want it, and I need like 6 of them because I got a couple good friends that would really like it too. But oh yeah, better make it a dozen. But
oh yeah, no, Time Prophet. Those movies, they'll have the artistic team change entire endings of movies, and they got to do it like in a span of a week or so. It is ridiculous and retarded what they've done to these people, just to make a deadline because some suit said no, this movie needs to be released at this time, and we need to change that ending. We don't want a happy ending. We want a horrific ending. Groom people, make sure they know that the world is ending. It's like. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Frankie Nose says, as long as we have ketchup, we'll always have practical effects. It's funny because, like, that's the tale you tell your kids when it's like, is that real? No, it's just ketchup.
They used to use Hershey's syrup, too.
Yeah.
Yes, they used that in Psycho. They couldn't get the consistency of anything right. And then they discovered Hershey's syrup for that.
Yeah. It's delicious and everything. But, yeah, they came up with their own concoctions for these movies, and then in other horror films too. It's some kind of syrup-based stuff that they use. I remember they said when they were filming like Evil Dead 2, the syrup and the stuff that they were using, holy crap! They said his shirt, he had the one scene he was covered in that blood. He went to go throw it on the radiator, and when they went to take it off, it was like cement. And
wow,
yeah, they almost ruined the damn thing.
That's funny. What did it say? What they were using? Like, what were the substances, or is that like a trade secret?
I don't remember if he named exactly what it was, but it was some kind of syrup thing. It's in his book. It's been like I don't know, maybe 15 years since I read it, so I can't remember exactly.
I got to get those books. I haven't read them.
I think what does he have? 3 of them or 4 of them?
I know he's got Hail to the Chins. He's got oh man, now I can't remember even the other one.
I gotta check. It's got to be on Amazon. I have it somewhere.
You'd know where it was if you didn't move.
Yeah, right. That's usually how that works.
I know.
So Draven, did you have a favorite part of the movie?
Probably the twins thing, or when he's fighting all the little guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just.
And
fun.
then the part where the whole army is like overlooking, and Evil Ash is there and whatnot, like when they first show up at the castle. That's pretty cool.
If Chins Could
Yeah.
Kill, Confessions of a B movie actor. Yeah, that's the one that I have. They have it on audio, by the way,
Oh.
Oh,
Is he
nice.
reading it?
and it looks like it's free. The audio version,
Get out of here.
Audible audio book on Amazon. Maybe it's
For
with
free?
It says $0. Let me click on it.
That's my favorite price.
Right, the audio book. I don't know if it's free with your Audible trial.
Oh,
you
you
go.
get
Have that.
okay. So you get a trial and you can listen to it for free.
Yeah, it looks
All
like
right.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Time Prophet. You know, I actually went to look for that movie over the week and I couldn't find where it was streaming anywhere. So it looks like I'm gonna have to see if I can buy it.
Which movie?
Oh, sorry. My name is Bruce. He's saying that I
Oh,
need to
yeah.
watch that.
Yeah. Oh my God, that movie was so good. I saw it the one time. I had rented it back when Blockbuster was still around.
You know, it's totally off track, but the only movie that Bruce Campbell was in that I just didn't like at all, Black Friday.
I think I started it, but
that.
yeah, I got distracted. I forgot where I was watching it on, but I had started it and I was only like a couple minutes in, and I'm like, oh, I had to go do something and just forgot.
It's not characteristic of Bruce Campbell at all.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah. It's not funny whatsoever. It's weird. I mean, you know, like, so that his role, it could have been played by anybody. And that is really weird when you think
Yeah.
about Bruce Campbell.
That is strange.
Yeah, I agree, Solowood, and he carried Burn Notice. He for me
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
For
That's the only
sure.
reason I watched it.
Same.
Yeah.
I never
Whoa.
watched all of it.
Apparently, My Name is Bruce is a hard film to get. On Blu-ray, it's going for $41.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
The
Wow.
DVD is you could find it for around 23.
Oh, I'm fine if it's not Blu-ray.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Then there's probably other sellers that have it for cheaper. But geez, that's crazy.
Okay, Frankie Noah says, don't mix it up with They Call Me Bruce from 1982, because that one is a Bruce Lee spoof.
Yeah. My name is Bruce. He's got on one of like his he's got a blue Hawaiian shirt on, and there's some kind of Japanese demon samurai thing behind him.
Okay. I love how he wears those shirts.
Yeah. He's got so much style. I know I do have Boba Hotep. I have that somewhere. That
I
one
gotta
like.
get that. That's another
That
one
was
I gotta
pretty
get.
good.
That was
Yeah.
a great one.
Yeah, we'll review that at some point.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And they let him borrow a couple of Elvis's jumpsuits for that film. Fun fact.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. He had to return them. He wanted to keep one, but he couldn't.
Yeah, I've heard that, Time Prophet. I'm a little afraid to do that though. Okay. I'm trying to see where we are at this point. We don't really have to do scene by scene because, like, we haven't up until this point anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all right.
it's all good.
So yeah, I like how this movie really like sets Ash up as the hero that we know.
Yeah.
Like this is really where I would say, yeah, this is really where he definitely became a hero.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely am thankful to this movie for that, and like you know, all the humor and stuff. Just a fun movie.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd say it was the end of Evil Dead 2 when he started coming into his own.
yeah, I do agree. Yeah, I agree with you on that because he kind of like he protects what's her name?
Annie?
Annie. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, because when he goes and he gets those pages from the cellar, like that's like heroic stuff that he was doing, and the whole fight with Henrietta,
Yes.
like that was really cool, and that's stuff that they make sure to keep going, like in the series and that kind of thing, like that mixed more with his kind of arrogance from Army of Darkness. It was like a good blend of the two.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, he's matured. You know, again, that was one night. Okay, so and again, so he goes to a portal. Now, imagine the people, and of course, you find this out on the series, what they think of him. You just left to go to the cabin for a weekend with your buddy and girls. No matter how you look at it, from the first to the second, because again, they're the same movie. It's just you know, so the first and the second, the same movie. That poor guy had to whack off his hand. You know, so let's say
right chopped off.
Holy shit! Hand. There goes your hand, man. You know, on top of everything else, convert a chainsaw so that you know you can make it run on your blood, or however the fuck we're gonna make it work. It works. With a double barrel shotgun that sometimes can shoot 3 times, as we know for a fact. And then you're taken from your time and placed again in this place where you're like, oh, get the fuck out of here. And so, yeah, I mean, you're going to kind of almost want to unlive what you just lived the previous day while you're like, am I hallucinating? Because again, the very first movie, we see it get him, but we don't know what happens, you know, till the second movie, which they kind of fixed it and whatnot. But I always was a guy going, or is this just what he fucking see? Or again, like I've said, you know, that was his version of what happened, and the second movie is what actually happened. And then we come to the third one where you're like, this is a completely different movie. But again, it's a good thing. I don't know if we would have had like Evil Dead 3 and they would have kept going the way they were going, I don't think we ever would have gotten this. And without this, I don't think we would have got the series. Because they played so well together. Even if there's stuff that they did change to get it where it got to, it worked. I've said it before. It felt like the series added. It didn't take away from the lure or the love either. Like it didn't feel like it was a hate piece. Like you watch that show, you start caring for the new characters you're introduced to and what's going on.
Absolutely. And that's and it's funny too, because when you start off, like you think you like I think Pablo would make it, and at first I'm like, I don't really like this character, but then like halfway into that episode, you know, like, yeah, he's okay. Like I don't mind him so much, but like, you know, you spend the majority of that season like, okay, when are they killing them?
Yeah.
But you know, like it kept getting better and better, and you know, the characters kept growing on you, and and Kelly's fantastic. We're gonna get into all that stuff next week, I'm sure. But
well, this is right in the heartbeats too, Vinny, when they were talking about woke this and woke that, and then you got Bruce with, you know, a couple strong females, and you know, this show you could never say went woke, because again, it's always been the way that this movie. If you started here and then go to the series, and like I said, go back and watch the first and second movies as a flashback, you know, because you can time it up even with the series if you want to.
Oh yeah, it doesn't skip a beat. Like, no, strong characters, cool characters, fun characters, silly shit. Like it has everything that it needs, you know, and it's normal. So like I said, if you're making a good story you can get anything to work in a very
Mhm.
natural way. Because, like, a lot of times, like, if this just came out, they'd be, oh, well, that's a strong female over there. It's a woke piece of tree. Like, right away, they just jump to those conclusions.
Yeah.
That's what I can't stand, because those people who are just looking for clickbait shit.
Well, you see Kelly, right? Like, you look at her and you see what she's going through, and she's learning as she's dealing, just as we watched Ash do the same thing.
Mhm.
Well,
that's what I said too, like with the 2013 kind of reimagined thing, whatever they did. Like, that's like an alternate storyline altogether, or like one of the other books, which they pretty much said.
Yep.
But it's the same deal. It's like she's not a heroic character at all. She's detoxing, and she gets possessed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's the majority of the film. Like, they're dealing with her and her shit. And then kind of comes out of her, but like they all start getting possessed, and that's why like they went super horror with it, and that's why I could appreciate what they did there. That's why I had no problems with any of the stuff Evil Dead up until that Evil Dead Rises, because Evil Dead Rises feels like it's such a generic nothing story, and then it's like, oh yeah, well, there happens to be the one of the books are there, and it's like none of it made sense. If they kept it in the cabin from in the opening, I would have been all right, cool. Like, I want to know what's going on there. That I was more curious about, not pivoting to this, broken family situation and single mother with 3 kids, and one's a transformer, and then we focus on her sister who was doing this band shit out of nowhere, and like it's a story that who cares, There was like, who are we following? Who's the protagonist? Who's the one we're gonna be cheering on? Like, you never really get a feel for that in the entire movie. Is it her sister? And her sister's just like annoying anyway. I didn't get it.
Yeah, it's Time Prophet says it perfectly. Evil Dead Rise is not Evil Dead at all.
No.
It just isn't. Yeah, so there's some references to it, but you know what? It could be any possession movie. That's what bothered me about it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It's a good. I shouldn't say good. It's a fine movie.
Mhm.
What I don't like is that it just carries the title of Evil Dead. It's really not an Evil Dead movie.
No. The opening, I'll say, is. I
Yeah,
can say that.
and I can see it like we actually discussed this on the last stream. That part and in the garage felt like Evil Dead.
Yeah, and that's the movie I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Why did they pivot over to this other weird situation? Like, it made no sense.
I don't know. I thought it was fine.
Well,
I like how it like leads into like the events that happen in the cabin. So I feel like if it gets a sequel, we'll get like the stuff at the cabin.
But it doesn't feel like they're gonna do it. Like, it just feels like it's its own separate thing altogether. That's what was stupid about it. It's like, you can't have bookends and this garbage in the middle. You know what I mean? That's where my argument is for the whole fucking movie. Because it's like, we just pivoted to this whole weird situation that makes zero sense with that weird fucking family. And it's like, I don't want to know any of those characters. I don't want to root for any of those characters. I didn't give a shit. In the Evil Dead movies, like, you usually want to root for the character. Like, again, even in 2013, like, you're rooting for that girl to get out of her detox situation and to get out of that cabin. And like, you kind of can't, well, for the people who did watch it and enjoy it, I never got that for any of those characters. I'm like, oh, they could just kill his whole family. Could we just move the story along? Because it's like, I don't know what they're doing.
Me personally, I like the stuff with like there being multiple volumes of the book and like the background stuff that the little bit stuff that they did doing it.
But again, you could have had another book. It doesn't matter. Like, and this could have been a different cabin altogether in the beginning. The point where I was making, it's like, it makes zero sense to have. We saw 3 books in this movie in Army of Darkness, and why is there one that supposedly was buried for God knows how long underneath this ground in a freaking bank that was, they built this apartment building on top. Like, none of it made sense at all.
That didn't bother me. I thought it made fun. I thought it made sense.
No,
like, to me,
like, the location that they're at too. It was like, if it's Chicago, fine, but it wasn't.
So I don't know.
because Chicago did that. They built on top of pre-existing cities.
I just took it as they
you can't do that. You can't do that in California.
I figure they just repurpose buildings a lot anyway, so that I just kind of like, okay, my suspension of disbelief wasn't really there because I just assumed that things got built over things or got repurposed over time.
I could believe that a guy could put a chainsaw in his hand like that. I couldn't believe that movie for anything. Sorry.
And the
I don't know. I didn't mind
the throttle, Vinny.
Well, and again too, it's like the whole. I don't know. Like, I don't want to get in trouble.
It's about caring about the characters, and I know where you're headed, Vinny.
Yeah.
Because
what I won't say it, but what started it in Evil Dead Rise? We'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
Who finds the book?
So if that person wasn't that, would you have had issues with the movie?
Oh yeah, I would have still had a problem for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't care about the characters.
And even up to that point, I was like, okay, this can, I'm still like, okay, all right, this can still be good. And it just wasn't. Like, I kept waiting for it to be good, in my opinion. And it just wasn't.
Yeah. They try to take elements from the previous movie that was put out. That whole thing of like the book is dangerous. It was tied up, it was chained up. And I'm like, okay, I already saw that. So like it brought nothing new to the table other than the end where it's all the body parts that were all together. And like, that's the only thing that I'm like, I could give them. Yeah.
I liked the elevator scene. That was that, and then probably the tub and all that stuff.
I feel like the elevator scene was just too much of a ripoff of The Shining.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of the wood scene.
That's what they tried to do.
Yeah, it reminded me of that. I know it's member berries, but
it doesn't, like, I don't know. It doesn't hold the same thing because we already saw it multiple times.
I'm not saying it's like a masterpiece, like when you put it up against the rest of the series, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
But you think they could have course corrected though, if they continued on, Graven? Is what you're saying?
What I'm getting at is like the movie, like at the end leads to where the cabin, like in the beginning of the movie is. So it's like we would have got like in the next one. I have a feeling if they do a next one, who knows what's going on now with the strike and other shows and shit too.
Well, they wanted to make more Evil Dead movies. They said they wanted every 2 years they wanted to make an Evil Dead movie.
Okay.
And
so if they
Bruce,
do,
and Bruce is supposed to. They said they want him to come back because I know they said after the series they said he's done completely, but with the other direction that they're going in, he said as long as Sam Raimi directs, he's willing to come back and play the character.
That too. Yeah.
So that's a good thing. But listen, the only way I would be back on board, because again, Rise is always going to be a piece of shit movie to me. But if they continue that story from the woods, and
that's what I feel like the sequel would be like.
Well, but yeah, if they bring the Ash character in there, or even the redhead from the previous movie, if they bring something more to the table where it's you want to give a fuck about these characters, I'd be on board to watch that. But if it's just going to be, okay, now we're finally going to give you that movie you were waiting for, like you saw it in the opening and you saw it in the end of the other one, I'm like, oh, you guys are just milking this shit.
My thing is with it, and we'll probably get into it when we talk about the series, but how the series ends, like they kind of like, in a way, back themselves into a corner with Ash as itself. Like,
well, when we get there, because I got some info on that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just want to echo what Time Prophet said, and he says the only way I'll watch another Evil Dead movie is if Bruce comes back. I am totally there with you.
Yeah,
completely agree.
Pretty much.
I've been blessed to not see any of those. Just I've only this in the series was all I saw, because after I've kind of heard the other two, thank God for you guys that did see it, so I didn't have to.
I actually
don't think I would have enjoyed it at all, because I'm such a fan of how these were and the way that they went, and I value your guys' opinion, of course, but yeah, I don't think I wanted to see what I'd rather hear about it like through you guys and go through the shit you got to get to there.
Yeah, with 2013. I didn't see that movie, and I don't think I will. I'm just not interested. I feel like
It was
I
all
kind
right
of
for what it was.
yeah, that like
It was
that's what I
horror.
heard.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because it's a different kind of thing altogether. Evil Dead turned more into horror comedy. That movie is
Mhm.
straight up horror and gore, but
Mhm.
it doesn't. It's not. It's way better than Rise. I'll say that it is way better than Rise.
I'll give you that.
Because the way that it's shot too, like it has all those creepy dark elements. He just
Mhm.
like they took all the comedy out of it because Bruce isn't in it. So all
I
right,
feel
Bruce
like
is.
in Rise they tried to get some of that element in there.
I saw none of it in there.
Like mainly with the mom. Like the mom was the best part to me.
She's a
in
good
that movie.
actress.
Yeah, she was a
That-
good
that-
actor.
That was the best part of the movie. So but I feel like they tried to get some of the elements from
But you
the
can't
other
just
one
do it.
with
You
her.
can't just do it with the possessed or the deadite
Yeah.
thing. You know, that comedy comes from the hero. It comes from
Mhm.
Ash. It comes from Bruce. So if you don't have another one that's like that, then yeah, because that's the whole purpose of it. It
Mhm.
balances out the horror, and putting that comedy in there makes everything more enjoyable. And then you root for the character.
Yeah.
If it's the monsters that are doing the comedy, it's just like, okay, that's just to torment that family. It's not, you're not rooting for them, you know?
Mhm.
And Immortal Coil, nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. He says I want to believe Ash and Deadpool live in tangential universes.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think so. That's pretty good.
I'd be okay with that.
Frankie No says horror and gore equals gorer. Evil Dead 2013 is a gore film.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Frankie saw it in theaters with me, and like we both came out and like, this was fucking
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
It was dark as hell.
Solo Wooden says, without Bruce, I cheer for the Deadites.
Yep.
Freaking amen, dude. Amen.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, Time Prophet. So true. He says the trouble is that modern actors just can't cut it.
No,
Yeah.
they can't. Yeah.
They don't make them like they used to. And that
Nope.
is so true.
Mhm.
Because he's so charismatic, and you don't have that in Hollywood anymore. Could you name one actor that's like, oh yeah, that's a charismatic dude, like, you know, or chick, like
One
I'm
new
down
actor,
for-
you mean?
Like what?
One new actor, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, not very many, if any.
Right. There's not many that could just hold a picture on their own like that.
Yeah.
It's like Bruce was born to play this role. I hate to say, I mean, I can't think of very many actors that could do this role.
Hollywood
know.
wasted him.
Uh, The men's room is here. Hello. Thank you for being here.
What's up?
And Soul Assassin says smash the like, and I happen to agree with that.
Oh yeah. Because I was always bummed that he never became a bigger star. Because he
I
had
know.
the chops. He could have done anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean we've discussed this as well. Like he is underrated, and he is among the top actors.
Mm-hmm.
He can dude, he carried the whole series of Burn Notice. And like he wasn't even supposed to be the main character, and it's like he just made every scene.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I didn't think of him as Ash when I watched it either. I thought of him as Bruce Kane. You know, like you could tell the
his
difference.
character. Yes.
yes. You could definitely he was Sam Axe, Sam Raimi, and I don't know who else Axe would be, but maybe a take on Ash. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, that was the first weapon he used was an axe.
Oh, that's true.
Mhm.
Yep. But yeah, like he's even in a role where he's not Ash Williams, he's still got kind of the mannerisms. Like in Burn Notice, he had that like the sarcasm and yeah, like it's just who he is.
Yeah. But you felt that he was like, yeah, he was like this dirty cop, you know, kind of vibe to him. But you know, it's like the ones that do like the undercover, and then they, you know, like they kind of get into the seedy world, and then you tell, oh no, they're actually they're good. They found the light. They found the right way. You know, like I don't know. Am I making sense or?
Yep.
or just
Yeah,
rambling?
absolutely.
like I got that vibe with his character. Like he really pulled it off.
Yeah.
But again, the stuff that he does, he could do emotional stuff. He could do comedy. You know, he could do serious. Like he could have been such a major star in like major roles, and Hollywood just completely wasted it. You know, he
Yeah.
had that TV. He had a bunch of TV series. Briscoe County Jr. That was one that I was, you know, I used to watch all the time. That Western. It had sci-fi elements to it. I don't think I ever saw the ending though. But there was one that they said Jack of all trades. That one I missed completely, and I really want to find it somewhere. I never even seen an episode, and I heard it was pretty good. It like ran for 2 seasons.
Well, he was in Xena too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Time Prophet asked if I remember him in Xena. I actually don't remember him in Xena. I did watch that series, but I don't
He had
know.
the mustache and that little piece under his lip.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had that. I don't remember the character's name.
I've seen the pictures. I just don't remember.
Wasn't he like a thief character or something? It's been
Yeah,
a while since
something
I've
like
seen
that.
Yeah, thief. Yeah. It was a small role, but he fucking nailed it, man.
Mhm.
I mean, just spot on.
Yeah, even was at the end of Darkman. When I don't know if you guys remember that movie with Liam Neeson
Yeah.
that Raimi did. Like at the end, he turns around like he's got a new face he put on, and it's Bruce, and it's like,
Yep.
holy shit! How come Bruce wasn't the main character from the beginning?
Yeah.
He's also in Maniac Cop.
That's right.
Or I
Yeah.
mean, even if they would have done, you know, okay, you don't ever really see his face at first, right before he gets barbecued, you know, and becomes Dark Man. You know, like you never know what his face was until it finally ding is done, and then yeah, it's Bruce. You know, like that would have been epic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Frankie Nose says basically Bruce is a leading man, and Hollywood didn't use him as one.
Yep.
Yeah. Immortal Coil asked, does anybody remember Briscoe County Jr.?
Yeah, I just mentioned it before.
Yeah.
That was good stuff.
You might have typed it before you said it, though, Vinny.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was looking at the timestamps.
That's just so true, Soul Assassin. Usually the underrated actors have more talent than the well-known ones.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But you know what it was too? He's someone. He's in his book. You hear kind of how it is too. Like they've bumped heads with Hollywood a number of times, so it could have also been that because they know how it is, and yeah, the suits are just dicks, and because he was a producer on a lot of the movies he was in, and he usually has like a lot of input that he wants to
Mhm.
get in there and certain things, and him and Sam Raimi, like they ended up jumping on Raimi because he started making money. They started giving him more chances, and he was able to show what he could do. And then when Spider-Man, broke $1 billion, like the first superhero movie to do it, that's when he really took off.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird. The whole thing is weird.
Oh, I didn't know this. Time Prophet said that Ted Raimi was also in Xena.
Oh yeah. Well, he was in more of it than Bruce was, right?
I can't remember.
I think so.
I mean, I wasn't like a diehard. I watched a couple
I wasn't
episodes
either.
here or there.
I watched
I've-
Hercules a little bit too. I never like super
Yeah.
watched it though.
They used to run those. They'd run like 2 to 2 to 3 Hercules episodes, and then 1 or 2 Xenas, and then it would repeat. You
Mhm.
know, it's kind of a thing too, or they would do, because they didn't always used to do them back to back either. Like they would do Hercules and then they would do Xena, then they would do Hercules and then they would do Xena. So
Yeah.
like you literally had to watch to get to the next Hercules. What are you going to do for a half hour? So it's like, all right, I'll just sit here. So you basically were watching 2 shows at once and able to keep up with it.
Mhm.
Yeah, those days were awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, Time Prophet has seen both series
Nice.
in Britain.
It was shot in New Zealand. Come on, man, Time Prophet.
That's cool. But yeah, yeah, I don't know what it is. I just going back to like the movies, the Evil Dead movies, I don't really feel like I need to see 2013. I'm not really, I don't know.
Mhm.
I guess because it's a standalone film, and I mean I did see Evil Dead Rise because I don't really know why I saw it.
I don't know. You were like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to see it. And then I'm like, oh my God, I saw it. It was horrible. And you're like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I'm like, wait, what?
Well,
I said the other one's good. She doesn't watch it. But this one, she's like, oh, it's bad. I'll go watch it.
seriously, like that is totally me. Like if I hear a movie is wicked bad, I will have to see for myself if it's bad.
Mhm.
But if someone's like, oh yeah, it's good, I'll be like, okay, I'll catch it at some point. I don't know what it is.
I don't know either.
You got to see that train wreck for yourself so you can say, yeah,
Well,
it's a train wreck.
You take an R out of her name, and what do you get? You get Bad Take Tina Bojan.
Hey, that R is important. Don't take that away from me.
Right.
I already have a problem with R's.
So does Draven.
What's this?
Oh,
Oh,
Sorry.
I have a problem with ours.
That's right.
Jesus.
Those Downs chicks are giving you the Downs, man.
Jesus.
Come on now.
Just
Just breaking
on the
balls.
dick when I
Just-
see you this weekend. The
What's
ones
that?
the ones that I see this weekend, I'm kicking them all in the dick.
Stop trying to touch people's dicks. That's not cool.
Now my boot's gonna be
You're
touching them.
Oh, shit.
So this, I gotta play this because I want to get your take. Okay, so first I want to ask, Vinny, Sean, and I mean Sean. Why do I keep saying that?
I don't know. It's
Vinny,
okay.
Shawhan?
Vinny, Adam. He's like, you can call me anything you want. Just
Yeah, just not late for dinner.
yes.
Um,
I was trying to say that, but I started laughing.
I heard
Vinny, Vinny, Draven, and Adam. What have you guys seen Supernatural?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
no.
love the series.
Okay.
Yep.
My
Okay.
kids watched it, but I never.
I need to
had-
finish it, but I've seen it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I finished it either. I grew tired of it. But yeah. So I have a take. Let me play this clip and get your point of view on it.
Klaatu, Barada, necktie, nectar, nickel. Noodle. It's an N word. It's definitely an N word. It's definitely an N word.
So that he reminds me, or I should say, oh man, I can't remember the actor's name. Dean Winchester.
Oh,
Jensen Ackles?
Jensen.
Ackles.
Jensen, yeah, Jensen reminds me of Bruce Campbell a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
agree with
especially in that. Yeah, especially in a series, I'd say
Yeah,
he's got a lot of that vibe for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he is a fan of Bruce Campbell.
I think it would be hard not to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You
That's
know?
I'm surprised he never made a cameo or something in Supernatural.
I know.
Right. That would have been great. Because yeah, that's something.
Even
that,
his Ash, like even his Ash would have been neat. To
oh,
have,
that
like,
would have been
a
epic.
crossover.
Mm-hmm.
That's like why I was pissed with Legends of Tomorrow, because they're both CW shows,
Mhm.
and there's like a bromance between Stephen Amell and the guys from Supernatural, and they could have done a crossover with the Legends of Tomorrow season where they had all the demons and stuff, and
Yeah.
they could have just had the Winchesters show up and like help them fight demons, which would have been awesome.
Well, you know, I could see Constantine showing up on Supernatural.
That too, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That would have been great. He showed up on what was it? Lucifer. He showed up,
Constantine did.
or vice versa. No, Lucifer showed up on there on one of their shows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was a Constantine thing. Like he saw him at the
Alright.
nightclub or some shit. Like he opened the door.
Mhm.
So that was kind of cool if they did that at least. But yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, that was a wasted opportunity. You could have got
Because
those
Matt
guys.
Ryan is Constantine, just like Bruce is Ash, and it would
Oh.
be badass if they would have had
Until they
where,
gate
like,
him up on Legends.
oh well, see, you could have had Ash working, you know, and it said Mr. Williams on his tag, and then you look and it's Ash. You're like, oh shit, you know,
Mhm.
shit's about to go
Right.
down. We're gonna have some Deadites in a crossover that's worthwhile. See, but that would
Oh,
be
nice.
giving fans and making things, you know, being creative in a good way. Can have that.
So, okay, guys, check this out. Time Prophet is dropping some facts on us. He says Supernatural originally wanted to get Bruce Campbell to play the older version of John Winchester for the 300th episode, and he's got a link here in the chat if you want to read about it.
Oh wow! I wonder why
That-
it didn't happen. That's
I
crazy.
know. What the heck? That would have been so amazing.
Hell
Yeah, would have.
Jeez.
Oh man, what could have been?
I was annoyed they didn't use Jeffrey Dean Morgan enough in the show too. Like,
There's something really cool they do, I think, on the last season with him.
okay,
Yeah, because I didn't watch every.
you know, he comes
episode.
back the second to last season with the mom as well.
Yeah.
I think it was
but-
that one.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. The like the family dinner thing they ended up having.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Soul
yeah, no-
Assassin, that's cool. He went to school with one of the Winchesters.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
nice. What was
That's awesome.
Padalecki? Was it with him? I forgot his first. name.
Was it the really tall one or the shorter one?
Mhm. Oh, nice.
So I assume it would be the taller one.
Dude. Here's more fun facts. Campbell Soup has no relation to Bruce Campbell.
That's great.
All right. Well,
What? Hold on. Which version of Army of Darkness did we watch? Because the one that I ended up seeing, I was able to find, it was the alternate ending. It wasn't the one where he was at S-Mart.
I watched the one where he ended up at S-Mart, but I do know the other version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the version where he's in the
Too many drops. And he
Yeah.
overslept.
Director's
Yep.
cut.
Yeah.
that's the one that you gave me, Vinny, on Odyssey.
Yeah, that's the one I ended up watching because I couldn't find where I had my movie.
Because I'm like, wait a second, isn't there supposed to be an S-Mart like thing at the end of this?
Yeah.
I was waiting till the end of the credits. I thought it was like an end credits thing, and then
Yeah, it was weird that whoever put up that version and not the other one.
Frankie, you don't have to apologize for those kind of jokes. I love them. Yeah, I've heard
3
about
endings.
this. Yeah, 3 endings to Army of
This
Darkness.
scene. 'Cause,
Mm-hmm.
see.
Yeah.
And that scene was awesome too, by the way. I love that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I love how he just can keep like unlimited ammo.
It's funny too because I used to work at Kmart, so when they merged with Sears, when I was at work, I'd always be like, "Shop smart, shop S smart."
That's great.
That's awesome.
Oh shit. Yeah, that scene was really good. But yeah, they went off of this ending because they had to in order to make the series work.
Well, do you want to see when they're battling the Deadite army at the castle, and he constructs that armored car?
Mm-hmm.
I got that. I made a clip of that.
Nice.
Say hello to the 21st century. Come on! I got plenty for everybody! Bye-bye. It's someone in the car we want! Get him!
It's the one in the car we want. Get him.
That's great.
Time Prophet's gonna jump in on that one. There were no cars back then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was because it came through in the portal, so there. And then he teaches them he basically, does like what Star Trek tells us not to do. He gave them a technology that they weren't ready for yet.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that. And the wise man is like, "Oh wow, gunpowder," and he's holding it over the candle, and Ash is like, "No, away from the candle."
Yeah. That was funny shit. Holy hell.
Okay, so Time Prophet, he worked in a supermarket. How did he know how to make a car run on steam? I don't know. He had those chemistry books. It must have taught him.
It wasn't just a supermarket. S-Smart had everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Automotive, man. He learned from automotive.
That's right. But he had the science books with him and everything in his trunk, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he taught them steam power. He taught them gunpowder.
Mm-hmm.
He brought them,
and his dad owned it. What was it? A hardware store. So.
Yep.
And that car, he probably, back then you worked on your cars yourself. So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially the Delta. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So Lurch Troll is saying that London Steam Coach was founded in 1803. So do you realize he gave them technology from 500 years ahead of their time?
Yep. It was hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Nothing terrible could go wrong. Nothing at all.
No.
Well, I wonder if that's why when that alternate ending, when he takes too many of the potion, it's an apocalyptic future.
Yeah.
He probably caused that.
Probably.
Yeah. He jumped into the year 2024.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
That car is awesome, though. Imagine a zombie apocalypse and you have that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You would just need a little, what do you call it, thing to go over your head for.
Oh, yeah, like a splash shield.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You need a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny? Well, that clip that you just showed with the car like that, I mean, he had something similar that he put into the Oz movie, which was also the Delta.
Oh, yeah.
You ever see that one with James Franco?
I did see that, and I just don't remember the...
Yeah, there was that weird kind of... He made some kind of they made some kind of contraption in the end, and he was hiding inside of it when he pretended to be, Oz, the old, the Great and Powerful, whatever, like his first attempt at it. And it was like was hidden underneath one of the floats or something. But yeah, it was the Delta that was in that contraption that they made.
Nice.
Because he made sure he put it in every one of his films.
I actually didn't mind that movie.
No, it was pretty good.
I don't know if I've seen it.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure.
Well, Bruce is in there as well. He's got a scene. But he goes, Sam, every movie he makes is the same movie. He goes, Hollywood is just stupid enough. They just keep giving him more money. So he just makes the same movie, just bigger.
Yeah, because Drag Me to Hell definitely had some Evil Dead elements in it. You know, like they don't talk about Evil Dead, Deadites, or any of that stuff. But if you really like you see in the movie, like how, you know, the demons and stuff, and how that woman kind of, she doesn't transform into a demon, but she looks like it, and they're doing like witchcraft and stuff.
Is that the movie where they go down into the catacombs and shit? Is that one?
Drag Me to Hell. No, that's the one where it starts off where this girl is, she works in the bank, and this, you know, she wants to like move up to a higher position in her work. And this old lady comes in and like they're like really saying like, you know, you guys are approving too many extensions and stuff like that. Like, and so this little old lady comes in and she's like, I just need a little more time. And, you know, like she's got nothing. And because this girl is competing with her coworker to get ahead, she denies this woman's extension. And then the woman puts a curse on her.
Okay. Yeah, I never seen that.
Yeah, it's a good movie. And the Delta's in it.
No, nice.
Yeah.
It was interesting what they did, but yeah, kind of crazy. You know that woman, she had to be Italian.
Yes, yeah. I was thinking that too. Plus, it would make sense. Raimi.
Yeah. Right, and they a lot of those old Sicilian women, they would put curses on people.
Yeah, I'm thinking of As Above, So Below. That's the movie I'm thinking of.
That was a good movie too.
Yeah.
Soul Assassin, I agree with you. He said that chick from Drag Me to Hell deserved what she got after what she did to that kitten. She just totally deserved what she got, period. She was awful.
I can't remember. What did she do to the kitten?
You'll have to see it. You'll have to watch it and see.
Oh, I did see it. I don't remember. I only saw the movie once. Sounds like you can't remember.
I think she killed. Mean. She either smashed. Oh man, I can't remember either. Hold on.
Watch Party. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I only saw the film once.
Oh yeah, that's right. I just looked it up. She sacrifices it.
Oh shit. Was to try to break the curse or something? I don't know.
To stop the curse, yeah. Soul Assassin's got it. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I love that. It was a good movie. Yeah, it came out in 2009.
See, more proof that people's lives are more important than your silly little rush to win at work.
Yeah. Time Prophet, Ash versus Trina. That wouldn't be a fight. But yeah. So yeah, do you guys have anything else you want to say about the movie?
Well, the whole thing with Evil Ash was really evil. I mean, they kidnapped his chick, and then he plows her, and in doing so, she turns into a deadite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he plowed her. I think he just kissed her.
I'm pretty sure they kind of insinuate more than that.
Yeah, probably because he says, "Give me some sugar, baby," and then yeah.
Because the next
and
time
we
you
know,
see her, she's literally, she's a freaking monster.
yeah.
Oh no! Every woman Ash touches becomes a deadite.
That's not true.
That's
Only evil.
impossible.
Only the evil Ash, or yeah.
The evil Ash. Yes, exactly.
No, we didn't see a plow. It was just really implied.
There were, well, I mean, I don't know, back then, were there plows or there certain kind of farming equipment? You're
There
going to have
had
to let
to
us
have
know.
been. Yeah, Time Prophet. Were there plows back then?
Or just hoes.
They had to have like beasts of burden and stuff like that.
Well, you know, the '90s, back when sex sells. Look at the Carl Jr. Hardee's commercials. You know, yeah,
Yeah, those are great commercials.
yeah, they were. Too bad those burgers never looked like that for real, though.
Right? Oh, I'd play that clip. If this was my channel, I'd play that one clip I got from falling down.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those
Never
fast
true.
food commercials, that food never looks that way.
No.
Nope, sadly.
Sons of bitches. But yeah, this movie was a lot of fun. Again, the series is great. This to me was maybe on the weaker end, but still very enjoyable.
Mhm.
Again, it's just the angle that they went with is again more kid friendly type stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot of good stuff, a lot of gags. Oh my God, there was just Three Stooges stuff peppered throughout the entire movie. Even how they take out Evil Ash. You know, like the kind of cartoony situations. But yeah, when he gets back into his own time, you know, Evil's still following him, and he's got to put it down. So,
It was good. That even the battle scene, like that was actually well done because have you guys seen Game of Thrones?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
That movie, so Army of Darkness had better battle tactics than Game of Thrones, the Battle of Winterfell.
Yep.
Like it's hilarious, but yeah. It was it's just good. It was fun, very fun movie.
Sounds like the Starks needed some Ash Williams.
I know.
Some Ash DNA.
Right.
Well, you know, they had Arya, so
right. That must have been Mr. Williams' seed, right?
He was in the same time period. He could have helped them before he went back to the future there.
Time Prophet says Danger Mouse had better battle tactics than Game of Thrones.
Danger Mouse was awesome. Did they ever say how he lost his eye? Sorry.
I think this movie had to go this way though, because again, we're following up two movies that are one movie, which is One Night of Hell, and then what are you going to do to him next? You know, if you don't have the comedy here, I mean, at some point, don't you just kind of like self-delete to get out of this hell?
Well,
you know.
Well, yeah,
man, that's some serious hell that you just went through, and then you end up, you know, where do you go next? You know, I think it, because again, it turned it kind of lighthearted, and I think that's why it can keep going today. And they, you know, let's say that they did more lie on the, what was it, the 2013 one you said that wasn't so bad. You know, they did that version for Army of Darkness. I don't think, you know, just based off what you've said, that would have worked very well.
No, I mean, well, that's again, it's a totally different thing, but
right.
but for like you said, for Ash, I mean, we're following his journey and what he went through.
Yeah.
Again, that's why I love the series. Like you said, Adam, I think it's a perfect series because it does play up more in the thing of he's the chosen one, you know.
Yep.
El Jefe, he's the one who's going to
Mhm.
defeat evil.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it does, like, again, when the series ends, it kind of ties up with that alternate ending to the movie. Because there's only 4 releases of the movie. Did you know that? I did not. I found a fun little fact thing earlier, and it said there is the theatrical version, the United States theatrical version, the United States TV version. There is the British version, and then there is the director's cut.
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I know I did homework, Vinny.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I do love the series and the show, the movies and everything. And it's one of those, again, I'm very passionate about, man. I do love this stuff. So it's like, I was like, let's look at some different, let's look at some shit I don't know, because I just have really watched it as a fan. And then again, it was articles that we've read or, stuff that we've heard Bruce say. But I was like, let's see what some other people have to say, just
Mhm.
out of curiosity. And that was some of the fun facts, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh
All
yeah.
right.
Well, again, the massive fan base, and fandom that this whole franchise has. I'm sorry, like I like this franchise better than Friday the 13th and all that. Because like there's certain movies that I'm like, I could do without, a plethora of them. But for like Evil Dead, like anything that has Ash in it, I'm all on board for. I've never had an issue like, oh no, this movie's a piece of shit. Like, I don't know. Is it just me?
Nah.
No,
He's a hero. He's not the villain.
Right. Yeah.
Everything else is the villain. I don't really want to cheer on the villains all the time.
Well, even when Evil Ash came out of him, you could look at that as the part where the evil in our Ash actually is now gone. You know what I mean? It crawled out of him.
Mhm.
So, and of course that was pre-seeing what we get in the series, which sadly ended. I really love that series.
Yeah. They said they were going to keep it going.
I mean, if they did the anime, that would be so sick. I know
no.
a guy that's a great artist, quite a few of them. We got some people here, Bruce. I'm just saying.
Can we do
We
a
can suggest.
cartoon instead?
Well, they said cartoon. I think he just meant animated, not anime.
Yeah, animated.
Okay.
Like the animated movies and stuff. Go that route with it instead of because Adam West did that. We had the 66 animated movies that they made for the 66 Batman, and it was great till he passed away. So like for Bruce, that would be easy because it's just his voice, and we already know he can do voice work.
Yeah. I know they did that with Adam West Batman.
That would be wild, like seeing this in an animated form and like
Yeah.
you have all the like the blood and stuff like that,
Mhm.
but it's a cartoon. Like what that's such a juxtaposition. That would be awesome.
You can make his chin extra big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give him like that Jay Leno Dorito style big ass chin,
Yeah.
Well, let's see what they're going to do because, again, they're not done with it. They want to keep the franchise going. Even though the last one wasn't the best thing, it made a lot of money. So
Yeah.
I think it's the first Evil Dead movie to cross 100 million.
Well, it's a different world out there too, and I mean there are some people that do like more gory horror and more like. And again,
Mhm.
Draven liked it, Vinny. He's got different takes than you, and again that's the beautiful thing about it though, because this is nerd out 101.
Oh, of course.
We can come together and talk about this stuff, and then even though we have different opinions on, like I said, I had no real intent of seeing anything unless Bruce was in it, and again, it wasn't because of anything other than, I kind of listened to the reviews and, then, listening to you guys, of course, it just isn't anything I really want to see because I'm not a big horror guy. I mean, yeah, some of the classics and stuff, but I'm not, into this really gory, hoary shit.
But you know what it is too? It's like for me, I'm not into the really gory horror shit either, but I do like a scary movie,
Right.
And like this had those elements all over it. It just happens that they leaned a little more into gore because again, what the franchise is, but that's why I was cool with it because like the story was good, like everything just it worked. Again, is it the best thing? No, but I really liked it enough so to buy it.
Lego Angel, I love your profile picture. That little Ash, it's very cute.
That is cool.
Yeah, like like this is regarded by many fans as the weakest entry into the Evil Dead franchise. I disagree. I can't rank it low if it has Ash in it. I just can't. Like I said, the 2013 and is a movie I'm not even motivated to see, and I wouldn't have seen Evil Dead Rise if so many people didn't say it was horrible.
So strange.
We're gonna have bad take Bojan. We're gonna have bad take Karina. You know,
Right? It's like the
I only
sky's
watch it
blue.
when they tell me it's horrible.
It's like the sky's blue. No, it's not.
Do you have proof?
Open a window during the day.
Oh, what? Solo Wooden says the Conjuring universe is great for no gore, good scare movies, lots of good movies with really only one dud. Yeah, I like the Conjure. I call it the Conjureverse. I like those movies. I have a problem with the Warrens in real life, but I do like those movies.
You know what's a great movie, and like I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was? The Nun.
I like that one very much.
That was fantastic, and that felt more like in the similar vein to the Evil Dead 2013. So, in case you were curious, like it's that type of a movie. So it's got like that kind of flavor to it. So again, more like the scary shit. I'm cool with, you know.
Yeah.
Stuff like you said, Hostel. No interest in it. No interest in any of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Time Prophet. Yeah, I know the Leprechaun movies. Irish cultural appropriation.
I think I've seen 2 of those when I was a kid.
Yeah, I like the S-Smart ending better. Lego Angel says Army of Darkness waking up in the future is depressing. Yeah, because it's like post-apocalyptic and it's so dark and yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah, 2024. That's what he went into.
And it's all because Ash gave them gunpowder and stuff, and they weren't ready for. That's my firm belief.
Which is just funny.
It's all Ash's fault. I mean, it makes sense. Look at the stuff that happens in the series. It's all Ash's fault in the series too.
It's so true.
Yeah,
it is so true. He's like playing whack-a-mole. Like
he's the kid with the fork trying to get it in the electrical outlet, but it ain't lining up yet.
Yeah.
That's how I see Ash.
Well, again, like how he starts it in the in that first episode, you know, it's like, wait a minute, like when we get to it, we'll get into more detail. But when he goes back to his place and he's like, "Where's the book? Where's the book?" He opens up his trunk and he's like, "There you are. What the hell is this doing in there?" And he found the bag of pot, and then he remembers he was high off his ass and he's with that one girl.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, I can read you. Well, it's not poetry, but I got some freaky shit. And he starts reading passages with the girl. And they come back to him and he goes, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah, like seriously, like that is Ash. Like he's such a fuck up sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I said, he fumbles and stumbles his way through it, baby.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, look, I got laid. And then all of a sudden, oh shit, she's a deadite. Well, fuck.
Yep.
It's such a great series.
Yeah, that's right. Solo Wooden mentions there's going to be a comic series by Dynamite that takes off on that ending. Yeah, the depressing ending. That's right.
No, fuck Dynamite. That guy Nick Barucci is such a piece of shit. That's why I can't jump on board with a lot of those things.
Well, we got to check this out though, because it's Ash versus Army of Darkness.
Well, you guys let me know. He's someone that, like, again, I got no interest in supporting at any level. Guy helped fund BLM and all this other shit. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, it's a piece of shit company.
Draven, you'll have to read it and let us know. Yeah.
He's like, fuck you guys.
Well, he stepped away.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. Good talk, D. Good talk.
But yeah, this was fun. This was a good movie. I'm glad, it was nice to see it again. It's been a while since I watched this one.
Mhm.
But
I gotta
yeah,
be weird. I swear I watch these like at least every 6 months.
yeah,
Nice.
I got some movies and shows that I have a regular rotation of.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I haven't already been watching the series is because we're fixing to be talking about it. So I figured I'm going to watch it because it's been probably about Halloween last time I watched it. So last year. So
Mhm.
it's been a minute. So I'll be watching it again. And it's going to be really cool because I'll be stoned when I watch it. So it'll be the first time I've been high and watched it. So yay! I'll share with you.
So you'll remember it, even though you'll be in that.
Oh
frame.
yeah, I have an excellent memory. I just get more goofy and fuck around more when I'm stoned. Like it
Wow.
doesn't affect me that way. I have a crazy, ridiculous memory, if anything,
Wow.
of useless information and crazy shit that doesn't matter. But
Is it
yeah,
photographic?
sometimes pretty close.
Nice.
It's and then there'll be those moments where you'll really think of something and then you can even remember what the air smelled like. I have that problem with shit too. But
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that's a little bit deeper. But no, I mean it's one of those I love. Like I can remember how I felt when I watched this every time because it doesn't change. There's just nothing but love for the story and where it goes. And even though you know where it goes, you don't care because there's just so much joy from the past to the present,
Mhm.
and again with good friends for the first time.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I used to smoke weed in the 90s, don't get me wrong, but then I was clean, I had kids and was a responsible adult, and then the world went to shit and I said, fuck it, I'm done. You know what? But no, and it does. For me, I use it for pain. So it
Mhm.
takes out all the issues I have nerve wise and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So it makes it where sitting doesn't hurt that much. And it does focus me. It's when I'm more artistic because some of the conversations Trina, you and I had, if you
Mhm.
notice when I'm more sending you photos and stuff of art, that's when I'm stoned because that's when I'm tuned into it. That's when I really love looking at the beautiful pieces I've got from Vinny and Chris's stuff and all the art that I have around me. It's one of those times where I'm just really, really happy. And then there's Ash, so how can you not get excited and be
Right.
happy? Ash,
That's great.
again, it's Bruce doing a role that I swear he was born to do. Because
Mhm.
I cannot think of any other actor that could pull this off. I really can't.
Yeah, I
Nope.
can't imagine this being done with anybody else. Yeah. He's just, it's like he was made. It was like he was made for this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I think we still would have had the Ash versus Evil Dead series if we didn't have the Army of Darkness movie. But I really think that it would have felt different because I feel like a lot of elements of Army of Darkness made it into the series, even though there really isn't a whole lot of reference to Army of Darkness in the series,
Mhm.
mostly because of rights and stuff.
But yeah, you're 100% correct. Like I said, the kind of wisecracking, more like he has coward elements like he had in the other movies,
Mhm.
but he still, when it's time to, well, at least in the opening, but when it's time to, sack up, he does, and he does it in the way that he was in Army of Darkness.
Yep. Good night,
So, yeah.
Time Prophet. Thank you so much for
Good
being
night, buddy.
here.
Yeah, have a great night.
Yeah, I agree. Like he really it's like with each movie he becomes more and more Ash, and then we get to the series and he's like fully formed Ash.
Yep.
And he's got that like that arrogance, but it's also like charm. It's not like a obnoxious like
Right.
Like I can't stand this.
Yeah, he's so charismatic.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't think the character's just that stupid or that oblivious, but he's just like he just puts it out there, and that's what's fun about it. Especially like when he has those scenes where he's trying to hit on women.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I could bag her, no problem. Like that type of attitude.
Yeah. Yeah, very arrogant.
Yeah. But it's again in that way, it's like, yeah, I'm just I know me and I know that they want me.
Yep.
Funny shit.
Well, for the character Ash too, again, he's okay. So the first two movies are the same, and we got a great movie. No matter how you look at it, you go to this.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go from here, right? So it's like, okay. And again, the way that they go from 1992 to current day for the series, and how he's older, and I think it helps to have all that time off in between the movies and the series. I really think it helped.
It did. It worked.
From getting watered down,
It absolutely worked, and that's why I think the series makes the movies even better as well.
Yeah, because if they had just kept pumping out movie after movie after movie, it would get like, it would kind of lose its like, I don't know what you would call it.
It would have gotten stale.
Yeah.
Because part of that thing about the character and stuff too, it is that it's that kind of dominant male type character, but it's almost like a spoof of like your hero characters from the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it's got like that vibe to it. But again, like what the series does though, it doesn't just focus on him on that level. It's the story that they tell, which is so good. And like that whole introduction of Ruby and kind of like the evil that's still trying to come through, and how important he truly is to this whole situation and to the world and all. Like that's like what's really fun about it and awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think that I know for a fact that they would have had more references of Army of Darkness in the series if they had the rights to do it. Mm-hmm. Because I read that the reason why it was a different department store instead of S-Mart is because of the rights. So they definitely were going to incorporate more Army of Darkness into the series. So and it is evident because they did it kind of in a roundabout way, like they the way that Ash is in the series, he's the Ash from Army of Darkness.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. So
I mean, they literally say that that's the continuation is the series from from the movie. So I mean, it does fill in the gap, because again, we've had all this time, which is a good thing.
The only bummer is I wish, because now Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell have the rights to the whole franchise. It's too bad that they didn't have that before the series, because imagine how much more of like the evil, Army Darkness they could have put into the series. Like, we would have had the S-Mart again and stuff like that. I think it would have been awesome to see more of it. Mm-hmm. But
even if they reboot it, or if they do another Army of Darkness 2, like they were supposed to with Bruce eventually, let's say we get that, maybe they go again, if they don't go live action, do the animated version, and go that route like they had to do with Trailer Park Boys. It's like go that route then, For
Yeah.
if you're gonna do it for the fans, if this new thing's taken off and they know what they're doing with it, God bless. If they're like people like Draven that liked it, I got no beef with that.
Mhm.
I'm fine with it, but don't drown out our Ash in the Evil
Right.
Dead franchise.
Yeah.
Please. This is my only request.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Because like I love Friday the 13th, but I feel like there are just so many like, did we need that many movies? I don't
No.
know. I guess we could debate it, but
It's during the slasher, like
yeah,
peak of slashers, so that's why they made so many.
yeah,
'Cause- yeah. But I like my favorite franchise is Nightmare on Elm Street. So
oh yeah. That's well,
Robert
has to-
Englund, again, like for what that character is, like for
Mhm.
him to be that likable, because again, I love all like the ones that he did were freaking amazing. So like was Wes Craven's New Nightmare, like
Mhm.
that to me was really really cool because it was different from the other movies and they were
Yep.
going in another direction, but it still worked in such a great way.
mhm.
yeah, because they kept the lore. It's still it fits into the universe. It's still consistent.
Right.
Mhm.
And that's how you do it. Like
Mhm.
if you want to do something a little different, as long as you keep it lore consistent, then you're good.
Yep.
But yeah, I love Friday the 13th. Well, I mean, I'm sorry, Nightmare on Elm Street, because I love his one-liners. He's so funny. Like
Mhm.
Yep.
it's got that Ash humor. It just without a hero.
Mhm.
Mhm. That
Yeah.
series is also all over the place too, as far as like
Yeah,
Continuity.
Cthulhu is such a terrible movie.
I didn't mind too. Just because I like him kind of become like Freddy coming to the world through somebody. Like I like that aspect of
Yeah.
it.
Watching it with Chris Fisk was a blast. I'm just saying.
It
That
sucks I
was-
missed that watch party with you guys.
That was funny shit.
I can imagine. Chris is so funny.
Mhm.
He has me rolling.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But
And it's like, and he always like he downplays himself. It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
wait a minute, dude, you're funny.
Mhm.
yeah, he really is.
Yep.
But you want to talk about continuity problems? Halloween.
hmm
What a
Well,
terrible.
there's like 3 different continuities or some shit to that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, there is.
Or to
And-
those movies.
yeah, you've got 1 and 2, which is like one movie that's
Mhm.
done perfectly, and then the third one is different because it was originally supposed to be like a kind of a
Anthology series.
yes, exactly that. And then you've got the whole Cult of Thorn
hmm
for 4, 5, and 6, and then you've got H2O, and then which is totally different. Yeah, it's all over the place. And you got the Rob Zombie pieces of crap.
Mhm.
I didn't mind the first one just because I liked the background information that they gave us. But I never seen the sequel to it. So
Yeah,
The sequel's so bad. Oh my god.
yeah, but yeah,
and then you have the new canon too.
Yeah, basically,
Oh.
yeah, you bring back Jamie Lee Curtis, and you could tell her activity is shit the bed.
oh, dude, I can't.
I'll give one thing.
Because I like the first 2, and then the
I-
third
I-
one
well-
they shit the bed.
I was about to say like the first one, I'm fine with.
Yeah,
The first one, okay. That's I'm done. I don't
same.
need any more.
Yeah, same.
Mhm.
And then 2, I hated 2. And then 3, I just can't talk about it.
That was beyond ridiculous.
Yeah, it was so bad.
I cannot. It's traumatic. I can't talk
Yeah.
about it.
Well, that's technically Ash isn't shooting a deadite. He's shooting the stand that had Halloween Kills. That's
Evil dies tonight.
see. He's like he's in Walmart. He's not even in S-Mart. He just grabbed one of the rifles and he's just shooting them all.
Now that they have all the rights back, they should use that. Like, since Kmart is no more, they should use that as like whatever company that he's with now, like bought out all the S-Marts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's kind of,
Yeah.
that's why they went under.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, they could. There's so much they could do now. Now that they actually own the intellectual property that they came up with. Such
Yeah.
crazy.
What year did they get it back fully?
I thought it was recently.
Okay.
I'll have to double check on that. I'm not exactly sure, but
Raimi used that Marvel money.
Right.
yeah,
Damn
totally
straight.
must have.
Which is a
Well,
smart
at least
move.
it was put to good use.
That's why he did that Doctor Strange too. So
Yeah.
he could pay for the rest of the rights. Wise man.
Mm-hmm. I didn't
And
even
yeah,
bother
like
to see that
I
shit.
still I think that was the last Marvel movie I saw. And I'll give him one thing, man. The dead using the dead body of Doctor Strange was cool. It had Evil Dead vibes all over
yeah.
it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Evil Doctor Strange too. And dude, I mean, I went and saw it in theaters. The reason I went to go see it in theaters was I enjoyed the first one. Because I remember a little crossover Doctor Strange here and there in the Marvel verse, but not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the stuff that I had read. So it's like,
Right.
okay. And I enjoyed the first one, and I'm like, well, let's go see what's the worst thing that can happen, right? They've already fucked up the whole Marvel universe anyway. So like I didn't have any expectation. And I went in and I watched it. It was literally like watching an Ash versus Evil Dead movie,
Yeah.
through and through. And
It was Sam Raimi all over that.
all the way. Yeah, it
Mhm.
was. And the fact that they killed Wanda, that was great.
Yeah. And I like when she went evil. Like that whole scene where she was going after that monastery. That was so fucking good.
So they killed her off.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch is actually the Scarlet Witch in this. She's not Wanda, man. She's the motherfucking Scarlet Witch.
Mm.
And then she has a come to Jesus moment, and then she sacrifices herself.
It's
in this little
it's
poof.
basically Evil Dead because she's going after the Book of the Dead or whatever. Like this power. Like the whole thing is that's what it is. What do you call it? Bruce Campbell wasn't lying when he said that. He goes, every movie Sam makes, he just gets these morons give him more money. He's got a bigger budget, and he just keeps making the same movie.
They're going after the Darkhold, right, or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, and it's basically the same shit.
Yeah.
You know, she tortures someone and, she burns someone alive. Like, she has some really cool, messed up things in that. So I'll give them that. Not the whole movie, but good. There were really good scenes.
Yep. And that's the last one I've seen in theaters. I didn't enjoy the Infinity War saga. I thought it was shit. So, when it ended, I was just happy it ended. I saw the WandaVerse stuff, and again, it was just it was meh. You had the member berries of how TV shows used to be, but again, overall, the story was shit. The Captain America thing was hilarious because we did get a kick-ass U.S. agent, but again, the series itself was lame as fuck. It gave us a lot of good. You've got to do better. All this stuff that ETEP uses, and you guys.
It
so
sucks
you
too
guys
because Anthony Mackie's really good in
Yes.
Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
He is.
That series was great. That surprised me. I wasn't expecting it to be that good.
Yeah, same. That first trailer that I saw with it doing the Cisco thing, I was just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, that clip.
And then
the group I was like,
"What
"This
is
is terrible."
Yeah, and then when you watch it and you get context behind it, it's like, okay.
Yeah, and how truly insane Sweet Tooth is. Like they nailed how he was in the game, but they gave him more life as well, which is excellent. Dude, episode 10, right? Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah, it was, and we get little hints of like characters that they didn't have throughout the series.
And I love that they did his special in there that you get from Twisted Metal Black with the
with all the missiles.
Yeah, and the clown, and it was just laughing every time it shoots. Like homing missiles.
Yep.
Light me up, Stu.
That was fucking hilarious. He's just like dumps it, and he's like, "We're going in. Just I'll tell you when." And lights his head on fire. I'm like, what the hell?
That was excellent.
Well, what's funny is CM Punk was really good in Heel season 1, and Samoa Joe's really good in this. It's funny these guys are better actors than they are wrestlers.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Even
they
though
are
you
really
guys
good.
aren't watching those too.
Dude, there is no one else that could have fit that role of Sweet Tooth, by the way.
No.
He looks like right out of the game. The
Yep.
CGI shit that they use and all the promos, it's his body shape.
Yep.
So I'll give him that. But,
And he has the missing eye, like he does in the the game too.
The crack through.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think we should probably wrap it up. I think we discussed the movie enough. And anything else you guys want to say about this movie? Any last thoughts on it?
Another great addition, and looking forward to next week. This is going to be fantastic because we could really break down those episodes.
Yes. Yeah, it's good. It's going to be fun. Yep. Next week we'll be doing season 1 of Ash versus Evil Dead. So it's going to be awesome. Last I looked, the first season is free to watch on the Roku channel. I'm not sure if you need a Roku to access the Roku channel. You might be. You don't.
No.
Okay.
No, you can get the Roku channel on your Amazon.
Okay.
And they're all on Stars.
Yep, and it's all on Stars.
Yep. Stars and the Roku channel. Well, that will be fun. So let's go around the table and see what everybody has going on. So, Vinny, go ahead and tell them what you got going on.
Yeah, well, just like Ash, I am shooting copies of Halloween Kills. No, I'm working on City of Venus too. Again, I want to make sure you guys get just another epic, incredible entry into the series, and yeah, it's going to be a much bigger story. You're going to find out more about the main character. It's a bigger book. It's going to be around 52 pages. Trying to make sure I get a lot of great elements in there for you guys and girls. And yeah, if you want the first one, it's still available. So, jump on that. You can find all the links over on my Twitter. It's like the first thing that's pinned there. You'll see City of Venus, Through the Woods, which again, you got elements of definitely inspired by Evil Dead and a lot of elements to that story, at least for me visually. Grab that book, hardcover book, gorgeous. Again, Frankie Knows is the co-creator and co-writer. I got Shadow of the Kraken. It's my newest one. If you want an awesome pirate story, please jump on that one. Again, all my books ship immediately. You don't have to wait for them. Thursday we should be hanging out with Tommy doing the toy stream. Friday, Underground, back on my channel at around 5. And then Sunday, I think we're still doing something on Sunday. Right? Yeah, you guys will be you'll be finishing up the convention. There's no...
Yep.
Yeah,
Sunday we'll finish up the convention. So
okay.
I'm probably going to leave like early in the morning, make my way back. So I might be able to make it depending on when I get it. But yeah.
All right, cool. But the following Sunday, we're going to be hanging out on your channel. Oh, wait, that's earlier though, right? Wasn't it like
that's early.
All
That's going to be like noon. So
all right, so the next 2 weeks, normal schedule for the rest of this month. Thank you so much, Trina. Thank you, everyone in panel in chat. Love you all.
Thank you for being here.
A pleasure.
All right, Adam, let them know what you got going on.
So, man, let's see. I should be on This Weekend Bullshit tomorrow with Justin Proper. I will be on the Men's Room Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're actually doing their Friday show on Thursday. So I will be on the panel for that. Depending on if Vinny needs me for the toy stream, I might pop in for that for the half hour. And then we'll be at Horror Hound. So Friday, I'm not 100% sure exactly when I'm going. I know I'll be there Saturday for sure. So if I don't head down Friday, I'll be on with Vinny at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Once I get everything figured out, we'll be down at Horror Hound this weekend. Come see us. You might be able to pick up a couple of some Vinny Tartamella books that I may have on me at the time. So you might want to check it out. Thank you for having me again. This is always so much fun. I love coming on here and talking about this again. Look at where did the time go? It's
I know.
already 9:50. We
Mhm.
started at 7. Like we've gone for almost 3 hours of joy.
I think this might be the longest stream on my channel.
Giggity.
Nice.
Well, thank you for being here. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right, Draven, tell them what you got going on.
Yeah, so tonight at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll watch tonight's episode of Dynamite, and then and this is the card for it. And then next Sunday, the August 27th at noon, we'll watch All In, which is their new pay-per-view that they're doing. So should be a good time. This is supposed to be one of their bigger events. It's supposed to beat out like one of WWE's top performing shows as far as sales go. So thanks for having me. Always a pleasure watching some horror movies with you guys and giving our thoughts.
Yeah, it was great to have you. All right. Yeah. So thank you all for being here. Everybody in the chat, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you so much. And anybody catching this on the replay, thank you as well. Yeah, it's awesome. And I hope to see you back next week for Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 1. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great night.